Welcome back to Grant and Marissa. We spent a week on board Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, the world's largest cruise ship.
From ziplining in Roatan and exploring cenotes in Cozumel to bar crawls and wild weather at sea, come along to experience our complete Icon of the Seas adventure brought together in one mega cruise vlog. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So we are in Miami ahead of cruising today. We're going on a cruise.
We are going on Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, the largest cruise ship in the world.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this one for a while. We booked it like a little bit more last minute, I would say, than we normally book cruises, but we've definitely been sort of jealous of this ship for ever since it's come out. So we're super excited. Yeah, we flew in last night. That is one of our biggest cruise tips is always fly in the night before a cruise. That way, one, it takes out any stress of arriving on time, but two, you get to wake up, have a shower, be refreshed and ready to go.
Instead of waking up at 4 a.m. and being tired by the time you get on the ship.
Yeah, so yeah, we're here in, we're at the AC Hotels Miami Brickell, which is apparently only like 10 minutes away from the port. So be a nice quick journey over there. We've got, I think, the first boarding group this morning at 11:30. So we're going to be on the ship nice and early, and we'll show you around when we get there.
We'll take you along with us.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we made it to Port of Miami. We're boarding Icon of the
Seas. So excited.
Super smooth boarding process.
Smoothest boarding ever.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of people already here, right and early. It's, I think, what is it, 11:15?
It's 11:15. Our boarding time was 11:30, and there's already a ton of people on the ship. Yeah,
I think we were in the Uber getting here, and then we saw like our Facebook group. There was already people.
Also, shout out to our awesome Uber driver, Miguel, who was like, oh, I hate Terminal A, but was still awesome and was very friendly.
I'd always give yourself a little extra time when you
security cover. Sorry, I got distracted by a dog.
Here we are.
We are getting on. Oh my god.
All right, we're about to step on the biggest cruise ship in the world.
Ready?
Even this like outdoor. I like this little outdoor section.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is the Pearl. Yeah, this is massive. Like this is so much bigger than like the promenade on other ships, right?
I'm just like jaw on the ground.
We've watched so many other videos of this ship, and it doesn't.
It
doesn't portray the size. We're just gonna get our muster drill out of the way. Thankfully, you can get it done like super quick.
We're gonna get a drink, and then we're gonna go to the Windjammer and have lunch.
Yeah. Because that is, you have to.
I think
you have to go to the Windjammer. You have to go to the Windjammer on the first day lunch.
Yeah.
I think that's a rule, unspoken rule for Royal Caribbean.
And this Windjammer is so massive, like I'm honestly not worried about it being crowded.
Yeah.
No, I think we should have taken those stairs, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can use one of these fancy elevators to go one floor.
Go up one floor? Let's do it. Go up one floor. What are we? What are we on now? We have to go to 6?
6.
Okay, so yeah, so these elevators, they're like destination elevators. You press your button.
Elevator J.
Telling us to go to J, yeah.
So you select your deck, and that tells you what elevator to go to. So that you're not having to wait for 40 minutes.
What is it, 12 elevators in this bag?
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then you don't have to press anything, right?
You're in the elevator.
You get in and it's like you're going where you said you're going. You can't change your mind.
Oh, yeah. 6.
All right.
So now we need to go
down here. G.
It says to absolute zero.
Yeah, absolute zero. So how's is that? I think that's the ice skating ring.
It is the ice skating ring.
All right, we're gonna go do our muster drill, and we'll see you later. All right.
It's been 30 seconds.
30 seconds later, we did our muster drill. Best thing ever.
The only good thing to come out of COVID is virtual muster.
Because like, I think some other cruise lines have already went back, right, to the old-fashioned one where you had to stand out in the
sun.
heat and the out on the deck and all that. So like we're inside. This is yeah. It's takes
so
literally
much better.
2 minutes to do your monster drill, which is
So now
great.
we're gonna go to deck 15.
We're going to deck 15. Okay, so we are. I presume Windjammer is open over here.
Yep.
So we're gonna go get some food. Start the cruise, right?
Yes. All right.
Back in the elevators. These are already
This is
a million
awesome.
times better than.
We've already used the elevator more than we normally would an entire first day because it's always insane.
So we're very much like use the stairs, people.
Yeah.
All right, we're in Windjammer.
We're in the Windjammer.
This is massive. So you can see it's in the massive.
It goes all the way around. It's huge.
So this is right at the back. Oh, so this is the whole like area down below. So Windjammer literally wraps around the entire part
This is
back
massive.
here.
There's carved cheese.
Okay.
What?
Fancy breads.
Oh, here's like steak, grilled salmon.
Steak, yeah. Okay. I've heard that there's
Halibut.
lobster.
Filet mignon. There's filet mignon.
There's filet mignon.
Grilled lobster.
Grilled lobster, grilled shrimp.
Okay, let me get
This is quite a. I don't know if this is just for like opening day buffet.
I don't know,
But
I'm excited.
we have the desserts. This is. Yeah, this is a great spread. Many carving like the international station, a seafood station. All right, we're gonna get some food. Okay, so we've been on, what is this, a 5th cruise, Marissa? So
6. It's at least our 6th.
I've never seen a buffet food like this.
No.
Like, check this out.
Lobster tail, filet mignon, grilled shrimp cocktail.
Yep. And then I went kind of crazy with the lobster shrimp, pork schnitzel, some little potato wedges. Like, this is a killer first day.
A cheesy roll.
Yeah, I have no idea if this is like first day only, this spread. But this is like, you could eat at the Windjammer like literally every day. I don't know if that will always have lobster.
Lobster at the Windjammer.
But yeah, lobster at the Windjammer. Like, look at this. Look at it. This is
already tucked into the shrimp cocktail. It's delicious.
It's good.
I mean, it's cold shrimp, but yeah.
Yeah, let's try some of this lobster. Is it like the best lobster ever? No, but is it lobster still? Yeah. And is it really, like, is it good? Yes. And have a little bit of
I'm going
fairly well done filet mignon.
Yeah.
So obviously, go to Chops or the dining room if you want.
Yeah.
Still tastes good. Can I just point out, look at this, cheesy garlic bread? That's good. Like, it's not warm. It's cold, cheesy garlic bread, but
yeah,
fantastic. Icon of the Seas, Windjammer.
Yeah.
Is this the best cruise buffet ever?
Probably.
I don't think there's any competition to this.
No.
All right, so Marissa went like for more food.
I went for like a carbs plate. I got some pasta, some fried rice, and a roll. Went for carbs.
I went for something a little different. If you know me yet, I am a giant sweet tooth. I could probably get rid of everything normal food and just eat dessert forever.
You probably could.
Let's look at this. This is also a very impressive dessert spread here. This is a coconut cream puff, raspberry pound cake. Look at this little Oreo cheesecake. And then, of course, a white chocolate macadamia cookie. So, you know, you gotta sample.
You gotta sample your dessert.
You gotta sample the desserts. So, this is also a very, you just gotta do a little bit of each, right? So this is the chocolate cheesecake. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
Chocolate cheesecake. Okay. Now you just do a little sample.
Yeah.
All right. If you like raspberry, it's nice. Now this is the one. Got a little cream puff. Ooh, that could be the winner.
Interesting. I thought the cheesecake was going to be the winner.
Cream puff's really good.
Okay.
Well, these are good. They're all little tiny little samplings. Yeah. So you don't feel super guilty about grabbing, 4 desserts like I did here.
Are you going to eat all of them, or are you just literally having a bite of each?
I'll probably finish like half of each. And the cookie's pretty good.
Yeah.
They're solid, buffet cookies. But no, Windjammer Day 1, I'm pretty impressed. Marissa, you weren't as excited about your seafood options, right?
Honestly, I think I had my expectations too high.
It's still buffet food,
It's
right?
still buffet food. I think I could have made some better choices.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. It's day 1, and we're
Day
getting.
one.
I'm really excited tonight for dinner. We're going to Izumi, which is one of Royal's specialty restaurants. So we're gonna do this. It's sushi and hibachi. We're gonna do the sushi.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we pre-booked ahead of time because it's way cheaper to do that. So we just booked it. We booked Izumi for day 1, and we also booked Pier 7 for tomorrow for lunch. That's what we did for the specialty restaurants. We'll do everything else, kind of just the included stuff. We know we like Izumi, so we're like, that's a good one. And it's actually one of the more affordable specialty restaurants.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is you kind of get I think you can just buy a la carte, but you can, if you pre-reserve it,
you can do
you get a prefix menu, which includes a starter, 2 large plates, and a dessert. So you can get nap and then sushi and then noodles or whatever. Ramen so.
The viewers of this channel have not seen us
we've never had ramen before.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen, go back to our Japan playlist. There is almost any video you open there. There'll be a Japan. There'll be us eating ramen somewhere in Japan. But no, yeah, we're excited. We have some good food, I think, on this trip.
So what are we doing next?
I think we need to go find the first.
We need to go find a bar
to get a nice. We could have got the bar in the Windjammer. Wasn't I wanted a nice, a fruity cocktail.
We want something really crazy for the first
something
drink.
as a good first drink. So yeah, okay. I think a successful lunch, and now
Yeah.
we're gonna go explore the ship.
Let's go do it.
Lunch is done, and we're outside. We're gonna start exploring a little bit.
Yeah.
We're now in Thrill Island, which is all the water parks.
The water park
We
area.
probably won't be riding these just yet, but I think this is definitely on the agenda.
We have about an hour until our rooms are ready, so
Yeah.
we're not going to go crazy quite yet.
Yeah.
We're just
oh my god! Look at the
Oh
banana
my god! That's
wet
cute.
floor.
That's cute.
That's awesome.
This is
this is
awesome.
crazy.
This really feels.
This feels better than the water park at Coco Cay.
Yeah. No, this really truly feels like you are in a full water park. It does not feel like you are on a ship.
On a ship, right.
You are just surrounded by slides and bright colors. It's awesome. They've done some really incredible things here.
Yeah. I think this adds some of the size to the ship too when you see it from it when we were driving up. You could just see all of these slides.
So we are on deck 16 now.
Also the sport court. You can see it up here. It's kind of elevated above
a bar.
Bars. I think that's the
Base camp.
Base camp one, yeah.
Okay, so we are on deck 16 now.
Yeah.
But the ship actually has 20 decks, and deck 20 is literally just the slides.
It's only slides.
It's only slides.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're above kind of here. This is the hideaway.
Hideaway. This is the adults only
The
area.
adults only section with this amazing infinity pool, which is actually quiet right now, which is
At
awesome.
the back of the ship.
So I think there's a couple of bars down here.
Yeah.
There also, this is the flow rider up here, which is where you do all your surfing and stuff.
So there's
But,
a
let's go check it out.
hot tub over there and the infinity pool here. Let's go get a drink and check it out.
Because the cruise hasn't started until you get your first cocktail,
Doesn't
right?
count, yeah.
Doesn't count. Oh yeah, and you can see here, there's actually only three ships in Port Miami today.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy
It
else.
looks like there's an MSC and there's a Carnival ship. I'm not sure the exact ones, but they're little bitty baby ships compared to this monster.
Absolute monstrosity.
Also, that's the mini golf over here.
Yeah, the Lost Dunes, which actually looks pretty sweet. Again, as far as like cruise ship mini golf.
So yeah, you can see here adults 18 plus.
So this area actually caused a lot of controversy and buzz when Icon first debuted because originally Cloud 17 was announced as the adults only area.
Yeah.
But at the last minute, like
They
the day
changed
before
it.
the sailing, they switched it to the hideaway being the adults only area.
So there's 2 hot tubs right as you come in.
There's like little cubby areas.
There's this giant like couch area here,
Yeah,
which I'm sure will just be people keeping their stuff.
yeah.
Again, here we come down. Let me get the music's pumping a little. It's not too crazy.
It's
but
not too bad yet.
Yeah, this pool is really awesome.
This is incredible.
Those beds you do have to reserve. They're quite expensive.
Yeah. But there's like loungers in water. There's these like little loungers
Yeah.
here.
I don't know if you have to pay for these ones. They don't say
I don't
reserve.
think so. I think it's just the day beds in the pool.
Solid gold pool floaty.
Because, you know, as you do.
But no, this is pretty sweet. I think once the ship's moving too, right?
This is going to be awesome.
Being able to like look over the edge.
How am I already wet? What did I lean against?
Then there's a cool hideaway bar back here.
Yeah. So there's menus. Do you want to look at the menu?
Yeah.
Oh, this bar is beautiful though.
This is a
look at
really
this
cool bar.
area.
Cool
This is
seating.
actually
There's some
gorgeous.
shade here.
Yeah.
But yeah, look here.
Yeah.
This is the pool, and then down. This is like the kids section. What's it called?
Surfside.
Surfside. Yeah. So that's where all the kiddies go, and we are up here. Have the party spot. And you can see up here the water slide. This is the drop slide.
Oh, that's crazy.
With the water rushing down. All right, let's go get a drink.
Let's go.
So we are here at the Hideaway Bar, and we got our first
Drink
drinks.
spill of
Drink spill. Marissa's already.
just alcohol abuse over here.
All right, so I got the Oh My God, which is a whole bunch of stuff. It was rum.
It's a twist on a Mai Tai.
Yeah, it's rum. It's a whole bunch of stuff, but it looks awesome. Like, look at this, like flower, orange. Let's have a sip. Ooh, yeah, it's like a Mai Tai. It's like very good. And then Marissa.
I got the Bloomin' Botanical. It's gin and blueberries and I forget what else. It's delicious, but this glass is like, I don't drink out of martini glasses very often, and I'm not very skilled at it. First, I'm gonna sip. It's lovely. It's really refreshing.
Yeah.
If you like gin and more of that like kind of botanical herby kind of drink, you'll love this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, cheers to start of the cruise. Cheers. And this cool view at the back of the bar. Not bad, not bad.
No. There are worse views in the world.
Okay, we are going up the Pearl, which is the sort of centerpiece of Icon, right?
Yeah.
It is actually very massive. I think looking at other people's videos, I was kind of like, that kind of is lame, right?
And yeah, it's huge.
But this is awesome.
Yeah.
But this is still boarding time, so it's still very busy.
This is like the loudest it's gonna be.
And as you emerge from the Pearl, you have the Pearl Cafe. So
Oh, this is like cool whale sculpture.
Wow. That's so cool. As you can see, it's a little rainy outside on embarkation day.
So
That's a good sign, I think. Sometimes it means if it rains on the first day, you get it out of the way when it doesn't matter.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
This is continuing the trend of the Great Marissa Channel having everything have rain.
This is the Pro Cafe, which is where you can come get your specialty coffees if you have the drink package, and then all these awesome like pastries, sandwiches. All this is complimentary.
Yeah, and they look like really good. Lemon cookies. There's
Little
also some salads. There's some like veggie and hummus bites. A Thai chicken pasta salad.
Yeah, I love how open this is. Like all the windows in here, right?
It really brightens it up.
I feel like
love
the
this
promenade.
design.
I feel like the promenade in all other ships is kind of dark and dingy.
Yeah.
Right? And then another amazing thing of this ship. It doesn't sound that special, but there are stairs
That
that
connect
go
everything.
right up to Central Park. So I feel like most other ships, you have to go up the stairs near the rooms or go on the elevators, right?
That's one of the things I've heard about this ship that they did really well is they made the flow between the neighborhoods a lot better, whereas in the Oasis class, they're a lot more like segmented.
Yeah, because they were just going up these little 5 steps, and then we're emerging into
Central Park.
Central Park, which is awesome. We love Central Park when we went on Symphony, so
I do love Central.
we're anticipating this to be
It's still raining.
just as cool. Is it raining still?
No,
No, it's cleared up.
it's not raining.
This is awesome.
It's
So much more colorful.
beautiful.
All these like shutters that are orange and green and yellow. It's awesome.
I love it.
We've got
Trellis bar is my favorite.
Trellis
evening
bar. You get your Aperol Spritz.
I get my evening Aperol Spritz.
And then the new addition here, Azumi is in the Central Park now.
And they have a Izumi to go.
And Azumi to go.
In case you want to get your sushi and eat it by the pool.
Yep. And then so this is. So all the plants and stuff in here are real, which is awesome. It makes you sort of really feels like you're not on a cruise ship when you're in this area, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it's still spitting a little bit, but it's not like raining.
Yeah.
But there's like seats here
Little
where you
seats
can
to
see
watch.
the ocean
Yeah.
from Central Park, which is new for this ship.
Oh, this is here.
Champagne bar.
Little champagne bar.
Yeah, it's
in
cute.
Marissa's color.
Yeah. A little mintier.
Oh, this is cool. This entrance.
That's beautiful.
Got these like all the plants on the wall, and they've even like put paintings of plants.
Yeah. This is gorgeous.
So we originally were going to be staying in one of these rooms. These are the infinite balconies that look over Central Park. But we were, for the first time ever since Royal Up has been a thing, got our first Royal Up upgrade. Like, this is like, we've never, because we always just put like minimum $5 over the minimum bid.
Yeah.
So we never expect to get it. This time we got an upgrade, nothing crazy, but now we have a ocean view balcony, which is not an infinite balcony. These are very controversial.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm very torn on this upgrade because I'm glad we have the ocean view balcony. I was a little ambivalent about the Central Park infinite balcony, but there's a but.
That we're on.
We're on deck 14, which
right
there's
below
been
Windjammer, right?
We are literally underneath Windjammer, and there's been a lot of complaints about it.
That it can be noisy and
That it
stuff.
can be extremely noisy.
Yeah.
So, okay, what are we doing now?
Okay, so we just left Central Park, and now this flows into
To Surfside.
Surfside, which is like the sort of kid family area.
Yeah.
We might not spend too much time here. There's Pier 7, the restaurant, which we will be coming
We're
to
gonna go
tomorrow.
get brunch at.
But this actually is very cool though. It's giant flamingo, which I'm a fan of, as you can see by my attire today.
A cruise grip
I am cruise
has
grip.
emerged. It's like Florida Stanley.
Florida State, yeah. Cruise grip does. You'll probably see me in a whole range of Hawaiian shirts. I think I packed 12 for a 7-night cruise. So, just in case, different Hawaiian shirts, different moods, different vibes for what we're doing, so I can change accordingly. But I fit in with the aesthetic here, right? Like it's definitely very pink and very. But let's go check it out. I know there is a little slide over here.
I'm
pretty sure Grant wants to use the slide.
You want to use the slide?
So
There's small
think
children using
we
the
wait
slide.
for the small children, and maybe you go down the bottom and film Grant going down the slide.
Marissa's got the camera now. going to go downstairs, which we all know is dangerous. Am I taking your backpack? Or are you just going to
I'll just hold it.
Do it American Underground style?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Marissa's running down the stairs so she can film her fully grown adult husband go down a slide like a child.
Waiting for Marissa.
Oh, here we go.
All right, let's do it. It's all right.
Yeah. It's no
It's
American.
a little rough.
It's no American Underground slide.
Okay, so fill you in on that. Both Marissa and I used to work in a kind of like a startup incubator office space.
Yeah.
And one of its cool perks was it had a slide which went from, I think, the ground floor to the basement.
Yeah.
Or was it from first floor to the basement?
It was from the first floor to the basement. No, ground floor to the basement. It was ground floor to the basement.
And you essentially went down this slide.
It was super steep.
But it was themed as if you were going down a pipe in Super Mario Brothers. So you would go down, it would have like all this like stuff, and then you would get down there, and then they made a Super Mario Brothers world, like you were in that underground world with the coins and stuff as you pick them up. So that was really cool. It was one of those little.
So it was a thing to like if you had friends in town and you were drinking, you would like use your key card to go into the AU and like go down the slide drunk. Yeah. That never happened. That's not based on a true story.
I do remember one day we took some friends in there and we went down the slide and
there was an event.
There was an event running down there.
Like a business event. It's good. We're classy.
Okay. So we are.
Now it's raining.
It is now raining a bit again, but we'll quickly show this. There is a cool, so this is Surfside Eatery, which is another buffet. Mm-hmm. It's like a Windjammer Part 2.
It's like a lot more kiddie food, I think.
Yeah, I think it's your classic like junk food and stuff. So we have like a little carousel, and then you've got kind of like some play areas here.
Yeah.
Sprinkles, which is the soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, there's another one up, and there's another Sprinkles up by the main pools.
And then Surfside Bites is another just quick fast food, like
they have
sheep-free
churros
eatery.
And cookies and a fruit skewer.
They have some like soda machines there, which is cool. And then they have like a big splash pad and a pool at the other side of this up
And
here.
then the Lemon Post.
And the Lemon Post, which is, I think they call it a
Mommy and Me bar.
Mommy and Me bar, yeah.
So they have like alcoholic cocktails, and then they have like children-friendly designed mocktails.
Or grant-friendly.
Or grant-friendly cocktails.
Sugary drinks, yeah. They're very like, they've got like gummy bears and things like that in there.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, this is Surfside, cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad they have this. So it's good to have kind of, I think, an area for families to go.
Yeah.
So they don't have to go in all the adult spaces, right?
Yeah, and I think they said as they are working on the next one, Star of the Seas, I think they said like they want to make it more like kid friendly, like up through age like 10.
Okay.
Because this is very,
a bit
like,
too young.
They did it a bit too young.
Yeah. Okay.
So here's the menu.
Yeah.
The non-alkies.
Non-alcoholic beverages. Okay. So these are they're like Capri Suns, I think, right?
Yeah, and then there's alkies on
and
the
then
back.
the alcoholic ones. So Shade Throw, Bacardi Superior Rum, Mango Guava. Okay, those are all things I like.
I know what I want.
Are we getting something here?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
Are you gonna get the Shark Attack?
Gin, passion fruit, coconut,
or
banana,
the Shade
ginger.
Thrower actually
Say
sounds good.
mango's in it. It's probably. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for one of these yet.
Okay.
But we'll come back.
You don't want to waste it.
So it's sugar overload too early, you know. I did just have 3 desserts at lunch, so. But no, it's a cool space.
Yeah.
And we walked past. So this is Pier 7.
Specialty restaurant.
Specialty restaurant. Fairly affordable specialty restaurant. We booked it for lunch tomorrow. You can do like brunch.
Yeah.
Sort of, it's brunch and lunch. It does do dinner too, but they just sort of have a variety of food. Not super expensive or anything.
No.
Which is nice. It's a one of the very more accessible premium restaurants, right?
Yeah. And I think from what I've heard, it's kind of like a slept-on gem. Like it's a bit of a hidden gem.
Yeah, because I don't think everyone comes down here because it's like the
Yeah.
kid area, the family area, right?
Yeah.
And then this area does have a lot of different rooms too. So as you can see up here, they're all kind of, there's some normal balconies, some infinite.
Oh, those are all normal balconies.
Oh yeah, are they all
Those
normal
are all
balconies?
normal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have an extra window because they're like family suites.
They're the family suites. So there's an extra like room. It doesn't have a door. It's like a curtain.
Yeah.
But it has bunk beds for kids.
Yeah. And then this, if we go down,
this
will take us back to the Royal Promenade.
Yeah, so they really made it flow lovely.
So yeah, so as you can see, you can go from what floor?
Yeah.
Is this like 6? Yeah, 6. There's 7, then there's 8 up here. So you can literally go between 3 different floors
and
with
3
like
different neighborhoods.
with like a fairly easy staircase, which is cool.
And this is we walked through here earlier.
We did.
To get to our muster station.
There's some cool clothes and stuff in here.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's for sale yet because we're still in port. But no,
And so we're kind of back where we honestly started this vlog on the ship.
Yeah, definitely very busy right now. Everyone's still getting on the ship, doing their muster stations and stuff. So we'll come back through here when it's a little quieter later.
Yeah.
Right now we have found the Aquadome area. This is on deck 15. It's very cool. The first indoor Aquadome, the Aqua Theater, which we love that on Symphony. But yeah, being outside there, it was always canceled if there was bad weather. This is very cool,
awesome.
though.
This looks beautiful.
I feel like it's smaller.
Grant swears it's smaller.
I think the diving platforms don't look as high.
I think you're potentially right, but that might also be just a general safety thing.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like it kind of seemed really high.
Yeah. And to our left, we have Hooked Seafood.
Hooked Seafood, right? So if you get a reservation there at an appropriate time, you might get a show, which is cool. So I think it's very open though. I think it'd be very loud.
Yeah.
We found that they're starting to do that a little bit, Royal.
Here's my rant.
Yeah.
We went on Odyssey of the Seas, 2 years ago?
Yeah, like it was like Christmas of 2022.
My least favorite ship. I found the layout to be extremely confusing.
Yeah.
But also, we did a bunch of specialty dining on that trip, and part of the challenge was, and they've repeated some of this design on this ship, is they put the specialty dining, which you are paying a premium for, in thoroughfares.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're eating in a mall.
Yeah, it's like people walking past, like in their bathing suits and stuff.
Like literally walking through the restaurant because that's where the walkway is.
Yeah,
and it's
we found that we just walked through Giovanni's. It was a little busy to film, but it was the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And part of what you are overcharging me for is ambiance.
Right. So Royal, if you watch this, go back to making specialty dining in quiet, sort of enclosed spaces so people can get away from the hustle and bustle of the cruise ship. But anyway, rant over. Let's go back to looking at, this is the Royal Blame store.
Yeah.
Probably the silliest store at sea.
Store. They did have a cup that was $20,000 or something like
Which
that.
Which is a lifetime of
the beverage
package. But I think someone bought it, right?
But there was only one and someone bought it.
I don't know if that person.
I have concerns about that person.
Like if you're young enough and you know you're going to go on cruises enough, it could probably pay for
I
some.
guess. And then the Aquadome Market, which is their new food hall concept.
Yeah, so it's in there. Before we go in there, let's go down here real quick.
We're going to go in here.
So this is sort of the backside of the theater. There is a cool like espresso.
We have
the rye and bean, which is like a
coffee
cool
and coffee bar.
Yeah. So you can get normal coffee, cappuccinos, lattes, and stuff.
And then coffee-themed cocktails. Or normal cocktails, eventually.
Yeah.
I want to look at that.
Oh, it is pouring out now.
Oh, I'm glad we came inside. Okay. Oh, so they have coffee cocktails.
Tea cocktails.
Tea cocktails. Hibiscus tea punch. Oh my God, that sounds delicious. Oh, I want that like right now.
Cold brew coffee, the Carayijo. Cold brew coffee and liquor. Belvedere. This is really cool.
The frozen Irish coffee sounds really good.
Hibiscus tea punch.
I kind of want that right now.
These are all pretty good. This is a
We're
definite.
getting a drink? Or
Getting
we
a drink
just
in a
keep
second.
walking?
We'll see.
Okay.
And then there's this cool area. It's kind of just like a chill out area back here.
This is awesome. Oh, there's another bar. Okay.
Another
there's more
bar, of
bars.
course. There's not enough.
One thing I appreciate about Roatan is they did really try to have a bar every 3.5 feet.
Because just in case your drink
Yeah. This is
goes,
cool,
it's
though.
empty.
This is beautiful.
So this is like, this reminds me a bit of like Solarium on other ships, but
Yeah.
without pools
Without
and
the
hot
pool.
tubs. So
Yeah.
there's like carpet in here. It's like, it's very like climate control. It's very cool and pleasant.
It's cool, but it's not unpleasantly
Yeah.
cold.
There's
you
a
are-
digital aquarium here.
Oh, there's like a little overlook
Oh, a
spritz.
specialty drink. That looks pretty good.
What are we talking about? Hard Truth coconut rum, Lagoon Bay liqueur, lime juice, coconut syrup, living coral, sparkling rosé, souvenir goblet.
Okay.
Come.
You know, this is really cool. And you can see these little overlook
Pods.
like area pods where you can go and chill out up
This
there.
is beautiful.
This is nice. I see this as a cool area to come and grab a drink
Read.
and maybe read a book or,
Yeah.
you know. And I think obviously not when
Grant
we're in
walked
a
away without
rainy port of Miami. This will be very pleasant out at sea, right? Very open and get some nice sun and stuff in here. But yeah, you can see here it's like pouring
pouring
out.
There's blue skies that way.
Yeah, I think this is just a quick thunderstorm.
Yeah.
So we're at the Ryan, where that's some cool drinks. I got the Cara, which is a cold brew coffee and a liqueur, which it tastes like exactly like a cold brew coffee. Very dangerous, but very good.
It tastes like cold brew. I got the hibiscus tea punch. It's very pretty.
That's real pretty. They like these little flowers. That was in my drink earlier.
It's really good. Again, really refreshing. Very like herbal.
Yeah, this is an awesome little bar.
Yeah.
See here. Some coffee, get some drinks, and then like go watch your Aqua Theater show or come and chill out behind in that cool area we walked around before. This is a nice little spot. It's nice and quiet here. It's air conditioned.
Yeah.
I think this might be a favorite spot.
I think it will be. I think it's going to fill that morning solarium void.
And we just got a message that our rooms are ready. So we're going to sip these a little bit. We might even bring them up and we'll go check out our room.
Yeah.
All right, we made it to a room. We've got our SeaPass card. Marissa's double fisting her drinks while I'm opening
As
them.
I do.
So it's cool. They like seal them up and
They
stuff
seal
now.
them now, yeah.
Ooh, they're
they're
like
pretty.
color. Yeah. Okay, so let's first impressions of the room. We're not even like
We've not gone in yet.
we're not even doing the fake entering the room. So you're seeing it for the first time with us.
Okay. Marissa's walking into the room.
Okay, so yeah, let's do a quick little tour of the room, huh? So we got this cool little couch area,
Yeah. So
which maybe it pulls out.
I'm
if you have more
assuming it
people?
pulls out.
Looks like it's
for
a
double
kind of pull out.
occupancy. There's like they put bins in here, but they didn't put them on a track, which seems like a choice that was made. We have closet space with the hangers.
Not too
and
bad.
hooks.
Seems to be the only storage there. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Well, you do have.
All of these.
You've got some drawers. Definitely a little less. Than
Yeah,
some
they definitely
ships.
dialed back. There's our little mini fridge.
Mhm.
There's drawers, hair dryers in here,
Mhm.
tissues, room service menu,
Drawers.
drawers. There are like little shelves in this corner.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So if you want to stash
yeah,
things
so
on little
there's-
shelves,
Just put some of your little.
there's nightstands with the phone. There's a USB port right next to your bed, which
It's like
is
do
nice.
you want to do a bed test?
bed test?
See how it feels.
That's actually really nice. Like for a cruise ship
Like,
bed, it's pretty
I feel
nice.
like people sort of give crap to,
Yeah.
in particular, Royal Caribbean beds. There are some other vloggers that give crap. I don't think I've ever slept better than when on a Royal Caribbean cruise, to be fair.
True.
Right?
Okay, are we doing the balcony?
We're here. Let's do it. This is our balcony with the lovely view of the cruise port.
The Miami Port Shipyard. So we have our balcony. It's a pretty standard sized.
It's cool. It's got the little like
balcony.
ottomans and stuff, so you can kind of
there's lounging chairs,
lay
there's
out.
ottomans, there's a little table.
We're on the 14th floor,
We're
which is the highest I think you can get in a stateroom.
No, you can get up to 18.
Oh, you can?
If
If you're in a suite, of course. But in terms of standard, this is like really high.
Real high up.
We'll see what this looks like later when we're in the water. But this is probably the highest I think I've ever been.
I think this is the highest we've been.
In a cruise ship, right?
Yeah, it's pretty intense actually.
But no, it's
It's awesome.
nice little balcony. And then let's go have a look at the bathroom.
Oh, look at that bathroom. Do you want me to shut the door?
Yeah, I can do it. It's like, actually, I think they've upgraded their TVs a bit too. This is a nice little, like really flat to the wall.
Yeah.
Gone are the days of the tiny little one that you have to angle outwards when you're in bed.
Oh, yeah.
You know those ones? If you've sailed
do.
on an older ship, you might know that.
They do have these really nice curtains that will probably block out pretty
that's real dark.
significant
Yeah.
light. Yeah.
It's not quite I know on the that's one of the positives to the infinite balcony is the they can have
The
these
shade.
like the shades come through, right?
I want to say I like this like lighting. Like the mirrors lit up. There's like lighting around the TV area.
No, it's all like it's kind of
It's
like
very
it's
classy
not
looking.
super bright like in your face lights, but it's subtle lighting. There's like a cool, and then I don't think we pointed this out. There's like this little table here. This can move, so you could pull this over to the couch.
Sit over, yeah.
So and then you can hang up your. This will probably be the lanyard for the CPAS cards.
Yeah,
I think hanging here.
So this is the bathroom. Tiny little cruise ship stateroom bathroom or sink. There's actually like 3 shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So decent amount of shelves, little trash can, soap, water glasses, more shelves. There's
more shelves in the bathroom.
There's
That's
a lot
actually
of
cool.
shelves in the bathroom, which is actually great.
Yeah. And then very large shower.
Yeah, this is actually and there's a seat.
I'm gonna have to stand all the way back against the wall so you can see in here. But yeah, it's for a cruise standard, like a non-suite shower.
I'm tiny, but I can have like stretch my arms and touch
even
both
like
sides.
I'm not that tall, but I'm like 5'8",
You're like 5'8", 5'9".
5'9", and there's plenty.
Yeah.
I think if you're like over 6 foot, you're gonna have an issue in all cruise bathrooms.
All of that to say, it's not the little tube that so many cruise ships have had, which...
You're a fan of the tube shower.
I am a fan because it makes you feel like you're on a boat, and that has a nostalgic place in my heart. But...
And you can't fall over in there. You just kind of like fall to the side.
Just as a note, there is a step up.
Yeah.
So that is not accessible.
Yeah. I'm sure they have accessible rooms.
I'm sure they do, but just as a note, if you've had like 67 drinks and the ship's rocking a little bit, there's a step there.
Right. But no, this is a lovely room.
This is lovely.
I'm really happy with this. It's
it's cozy.
It's a cruise room. It's not the biggest thing ever, but I feel like there's a little less storage, but because of that, it actually feels a little more open. Yeah. Right? Like I don't like a lot of the other ships, even Symphony, I think there was a lot of kind of cabinets everywhere.
Yeah.
And this feels more like a hotel room.
This feels a little more modern.
Room, right?
I don't know if it's enough storage for 7 nights.
Well,
and I
we'll
think
see.
if there
We're
was
here for 7 nights, so.
That's what I'm saying. And I think if you were like doing full occupancy and had more than 2 people in this room, it would be hella crowded.
I think, thankfully, all cruise ships, they have like room under the beds, so you can see that you can put your suitcase under there. Yep. We'll probably just like hang up some things. We'll do a little unpack. We'll put stuff. But if some stuff we don't have enough drawers, we can always just keep it in our suitcase, put it under the bed. But we're fine with that. We're not too picky with the unpacking and all that kind of stuff. But no,
we can't unpack yet. We don't have our suitcases yet.
Yeah. And then, I didn't go here, but it looks like we have a little bit of documentation here.
We have our tickets for we are doing several excursions on this cruise. So we have our tickets for those, which is exciting.
There's like a show, like, this is like for everything.
For everything for the entire week. We are going to see a show tonight, so we'll have that later.
Go to the Aqua Theater tonight.
Yes,
Yeah, Aqua Action.
Aqua Action. And then some specials they have on board. And that's it.
Yeah, cool. That is the room tour for the standard water view balcony.
Balcony room on Icon of the Seas.
Yeah. Hey, so we've had a good afternoon.
Several cocktails.
We hanged out at the Hideaway Bar. We tried out base camp, which was actually
we tried out base
pretty good
camp.
as an afternoon snack.
We got some snacks. We got tater tots and some pretzel bites. Just lovely.
Yeah, we just did a little like chill afternoon without filming. So now we're headed down to Izumi. So we're gonna go Izumi in the park, which will be a first because we're
not doing Izumi in the park. We're doing regular Izumi.
Well, is Izumi in the park the name for the actual like quick service?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to Izumi that is in
the park,
Central
but we're not
Park.
having Izumi in the park. So we got our appetizers at Izumi. I got the wonton soup. I think it's like shrimp and pork, I think, with some mushrooms. I'm very excited.
You're a big fan of wonton soup.
I love wonton.
It's like your favorite thing when we get like Chinese
when we get Chinese food, wonton soup is my favorite, and it's often subpar.
Also, let's like just talk about this Izumi. We're right in the corner here.
Fancy.
It is so pretty. Like I think this has to be the best location for an Izumi.
This is the prettiest Izumi, for sure. What did you get?
How is the wonton soup first?
It's really good. I just tasted the broth. It's very flavorful. It's not like super salty, which is a problem with wonton soup.
Okay, so I got the chicken karaage.
Oh my god!
I've never had this before, but it looks really good. So it's
you like Korean chicken.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like the Korean spicy chicken. So I'm guessing it's like that. This is like a Thai. This is like a sweet chili.
Yeah.
So let's try.
It looks really crispy.
It does look really good.
The asahi is a bit drier side. I think I like this one.
Really good.
And from Thailand.
This is like super crispy, but like a little bit with the spicy. It's definitely a little spicy, a little super good, but like not like a standard like chicken tender. This is like definitely elevated. It's a good starter. Definitely like it. Yeah.
So I got the poke bowl. It's got salmon and tuna, avocado, ginger, amount of horseradish, which for a second I thought was guac for some reason, and I ate it, and now I'm dying. And seaweed salad and rice. It looks amazing.
And then
I got the chef's sushi sampler.
that looks real good.
It looks amazing.
Wow, that's a lot of sushi.
It looks. You can have some.
Yeah, and
What
then
did
I
you
got
get?
this is the spicy, crispy like shrimp roll, which is really good. And then I got the yaki udon, which with
That
beef
udon
on top.
looks
This looks
incredible.
real good. So. Great first day, very tiring. I am ready for bed. But
Tomorrow's a sea day.
we have a sea day, so we have another full day to explore the ship, which I'm looking forward to. And we'll, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can see the next video and several videos we're going to be making while we're on Icon of the Seas. And we'll see you for the next one. Good morning, everyone. We are on day 2 of our Icon of the Seas cruise, and we're up bright and early. I think it's like 6-ish, 6:30. But we did have a time change, so it is technically 7:30.
It's technically
and
7:30.
people are up.
I've never seen this many people up this early.
We found a little nice quiet spot. This is essentially where you, on embarkation day, where you come into the ship. There's this awesome outdoor like seating area. This is right. It also looks like the running track is like around here, but it has this like beautiful like look. This like the sort of windows here block a lot of the wind.
Yeah.
So this is
This is
like
lovely.
probably our tip here is like go inside. So if you look through here, that is where like that's the bar.
That's
right?
the 1400 lobby bar.
And then behind that is the Pearl, and then there's Pearl Cafe up there, and that's where we just got our coffees. So we got our, we got our
Some
ice cold brews. Another tip: if you do have the drink package, go up to the Pearl Cafe. All of their like Starbucks drinks are free, so you don't have to waste your money on the other actual Starbucks which is there, right? So you can get all the normal kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cold brew, lattes, mochas, like all that kind of stuff with the drink package.
Some basic frappuccinos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, today is a sea day, so we will be spending it exploring the rest of the ship, which we haven't seen everything yet.
Yeah, which is crazy.
But no, I'm excited because I think sea days are exciting on a ship like this.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm really excited.
So yeah, we'll just keep exploring the ship and having a good time before we're on our way to Roatan tomorrow.
Honduras.
So we'll be in port tomorrow, but this is our first full sea day at sea, so should be a good fun time.
Yeah. So we were at the Windjammer for breakfast. I got a weird spread. I got some avocado toast with prosciutto, grilled tomato, some hash browns, sausage, and there's like some sliced ham under there. So I'm very excited about my weird spread.
I got just kind of standard here, like eggs. I got like a sourdough roll. The hash browns. The hash browns are a must.
The hash browns are like legit one of them.
Some sausage, some potato.
Yeah.
And not bad.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's an okay spread. Like it's not as big as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like from like lunch time there was a lot, but
yeah.
It's still a decent spread. I think there's a lot of options on this ship for breakfast, which is good because we went to the Pearl Cafe this morning, had some good options.
Some really good looking breakfast sandwiches.
But let's look at this cool spot we're in. We're at the edge here, so you can see like all the slides and stuff up here, and then we're right over the top of the like park.
Yeah.
I always forget what this is called. Surfside.
Surfside. You want to call it the boardwalk, I think.
That, or I wanted to call it Parkside, but
yeah,
it is a cool spot.
it's very cool.
Yeah, I like this Windjammer's like location.
And it's crazy. It wraps all the way around. Like they only have half of it open right now, but it wraps all the way around the ship on this deck.
Mm-hmm. So I think they probably reserve it for when it's really busy to open both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
I'm so excited.
All right, so we just got done with breakfast at Windjammer. Can I just say it's 7:30 in the morning? Well, we got there at 7. Mm-hmm. That's probably the busiest I've ever seen a Windjammer.
It was slammed with people.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not as big a fan. I don't know why. The Windjammer for breakfast didn't do it for me today.
It wasn't hitting for Grant.
I think definitely tomorrow we're gonna try one of the small options, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe Pearl Cafe
or Park Cafe.
Yeah.
We don't think we walked past here yesterday. This is El Loco Fresh behind us, and these like.
They've got these like cool like chair things, like hammocky things.
I've heard like some conspiracy theories about this, that it was meant to be another like pool or like hot tubs and stuff here, but it had some sort of like weight like balance issues. That's what I've heard the like theory is about it. I don't know, because it seems kind of weird.
It does seem weird. I did hear that they.
Sorry, I just noticed there's another pool here.
This is the Cove secret pool.
Yeah, this is. So this is like you don't really notice this pool here.
No.
It is currently closed, but...
No, but it looks awesome.
Yeah. And it's like, this area is actually nice and shaded.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is like the Chill Island Cove pool.
Yeah.
And there's the lime and coconut right there.
Yeah, this could be a good spot.
I will say, this ship has 47 lime and coconut locations. There's everything. No, what I was going to say about the pools is I did hear, like, as they're rolling out stuff about Star of the Seas, which is the next Icon class ship, that they were going to put more pools on this, but they were worried about the weight.
Yeah.
And then now they've realized it can take it, so they are adding more pools.
All right, so I have found what I've heard is the best secret spot on the ship, and I've figured it out what it is now. So up above us here these are the paid casitas, right? below. So this is a hot tub. Apparently, if you go around here, there's a cool, like,
Oh my God, this is awesome.
there's like a weird little day bed
little day bed.
and like couches and stuff here.
Yeah.
I've heard that this is like one of the ultimate secret spots that you don't have to pay for or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is.
I feel like there's a duck in here somewhere. It's a good
We
duck
haven't
spot.
found a duck yet.
We're not really good at finding the
No,
ducks.
I think we're just maybe out at the wrong times or something.
Probably.
But
yeah, no, that's a great little find.
no,
Oh,
I just
and
want to.
here's-
Also, I just want to rant for a second about cruise buffets. So, this is there's generally a little bit of chaos in a buffet like on a cruise ship, but this morning was crazy. People had no courtesy. Just like, I was literally had tongs in my hand, was gonna pick up a croissant, and this lady just like walks in front of me
And
dives in with her own tongs and just like
Ma'am, where did you get these tongs?
have some courtesy in buffets, please, okay? We're looking for the Vitality Cafe.
Another, I think, underrated gem
Hidden gem, yeah.
on at least Oasis class, I think Quantum and
Mm-hmm.
Icon class. So the Vitality Cafe, one, they do like amazing juice bar,
Yeah.
if that's your thing. And two, they also
A
have
full like espresso
there we
coffee
go.
bar, right?
full espresso coffee bar.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to,
Look like
and
barely
there's
anyone's here.
no one here.
Right.
So if you want those things and you don't want to wait in a
Just
crazy
come down
line,
here. So
you can
this,
just come in
yeah,
here.
this looks great. Right, so we're back in the room after going to the Vitality
cafe.
Cafe, which this is one of our favorites. We discovered this on Symphony of the Seas. It's a carrot lemonade, which is like carrot juice,
Lemons,
lemon, apple, and ginger. It's real good. Like, this is like a good pick me up in the morning, like especially because this ginger. So we if there's a Vitality Cafe, we always like get this.
Yeah.
It's really good. But and then they also do just like the Starbucks like lattes and stuff. So it's generally a lot quieter.
Yeah.
They might be. This one was a little slower because there was only one lady there.
Yeah.
But it is a nice, relaxing, calm spot, and you can get like a cool juice, and you can also get like protein shakes and smoothies, which is really cool.
Or, a mimosa.
Yeah,
If that's
I did
your
have that on the thing. Yeah, you can get like bellinis and mimosas there. You
Yeah.
can do everything at the cafe.
Yeah.
But no, this is one of our thing. We love doing this on cruises in the morning. This is why we like getting balconies. So as you can see here, we got a lovely little view while we enjoy like our coffee and juices in the morning. One thing I like about having the 14th floor that we're on is we're right underneath sort of the highest of this side, right? So you can see up here we have a much bigger like overhang.
Yeah, so it's very
So it's
shaded.
going to be nice and shady.
Which
Or
is
even if
nice.
it's like raining and stuff. I feel
Yeah,
like
we
we'll
could still be out here.
Pretty protected.
Yep.
We did have worries that this room would be too noisy because Windjammer was above us. We heard like a little bit of noise.
Yeah, you can hear them like rolling carts, but honestly, you can kind of trick your brain that it's thunder. I was expecting like a lot of like clattering
Right.
sounds, and I didn't really hear that at all this morning. It definitely did pick up around 5 a.m.
Yeah, it's probably when all the
when they're really starting to
they're
prep for
starting
breakfast.
to put all the stuff out.
Yeah.
So I think like if you wake up like early-ish, it's not going to bother you. Like if you really want to sleep in, it might become more noisy as more guests go in.
But we were here in peak breakfast, and I didn't hear anything when we walked through the room. I didn't hear like people walking around or anything. It's good.
But yeah, we both slept very well. Like cruise sleep is
Cruise
a good
sleep is the best.
It's a little like. In saying that, I normally say like, oh, you can feel like a little bit of weight like swaying, and that helps you go to sleep a bit. But I have not felt any movement in the
I've
ship.
not felt anything.
The only movement I felt sleeping last night was I think because we're in the
After the ship.
aft of the ship. Thank you. I never remember that for some reason. The
That's the
official
easy
terms, because we're in the aft. I could feel like the engines or something.
Like the propulsion, yeah.
Yeah, like it would like vibrate a little bit. But I think it was fine. It's not a big deal.
No.
We're just gonna enjoy the view for a little bit before we. I don't even know what our plan is really today. We'll probably just find a hot tub or a pool. It depends how warm it gets, I think. Yesterday we stuck to some of the hot tubs because it was the sun wasn't really out.
But the sun's going to be out today.
It's a beautiful day today, so it might be a pool day.
And we are getting lunch at Pier 7
Right.
as well.
I think we're going there at 11:45, so that'll be a nice lunch, and then and I think we're just gonna do main dining room for dinner tonight because it is lobster night. So
Lobster and steak night.
so it'll be nice. I'm curious to see what the main dining room's like. On Icon, we're not like we actually have had some cruises where we haven't been on the main dining room that much, but the menus seem pretty good.
Yeah. I just remembered, so one of the things we always do on embarkation days, we go to the main dining room and double check that we have a table for two and we're not at a table with a bunch of strangers, and we completely forgot to do that yesterday.
We did. I think they try and put people by
Yeah.
themselves.
I think
it's an
probably-
old school thing.
Yeah.
Like sitting with other people. I don't know.
I think we can also probably just like go and make sure we have a table for two at dinner time, and they can just move us. It's probably not that big a deal.
Yeah, but no, there's definitely a lot of options on this ship. Like even just for breakfast, but I think for dinner, like you can go to that the sort of eatery, the Aquadome Market. That's where, so there's a lot of options in there. Windjammer food seems pretty high quality. Like there's like we haven't even had Sorrento's yet, which is
The
crazy.
pizza.
The pizza place. There's like Park Cafe. One thing I didn't realize about the Pearl Cafe, that is the 24 hours like restaurant. So there's always some like sandwiches and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means like you can get the like espresso drinks and stuff there at like old.
I would assume so. If it's 24 hours.
That's pretty.
I assume
If
they
it
got
is,
someone there all the time.
if it is, that's pretty good because I feel like on most other ships you have to wait for a specific time for the coffee and stuff to
Be available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, there's definitely options.
Yeah, there's a ton of food options.
Oh, and I haven't shown this. I just wanted to point out my attire today. This is my dinosaur Hawaiian shirt. I love this one. This is a good Hawaiian shirt.
Also, the Triceratops match your watch.
Oh yeah, my orange. So there's my orange watch. Cruise Grant is out.
Cruise Grant. So we are at the Pier 7, which is a specialty restaurant on Surfside for lunch. And so the way it works is there's 3 sections on the menu. There's like starters, mains, and desserts. And you can pick 2 things from any category. So I got a starter and a main, and this is my starter. It's the shrimp tostadas. You can also get it with egg. I opted not to do egg, but it looks really, really good. There's some sort of like drizzle. I don't know how I'm going to eat this. I guess fork and knife it, maybe.
Yeah, and I got the lettuce cups, which is like a chicken with some like veggies and spices and stuff in the little lettuce cups and some dipping sauce and stuff. So yeah, this is a starter, so it looks pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's good. I'm gonna see. This is gonna be a little messy for me. I guess I'll. It's really good. We kind of make something similar to this at home sometimes, but with like a ground beef. Right?
Yeah, I've done it
pork.
with
Have you done it with chicken? It's nice, really flavorful. It's a little lighter.
Yeah. No, it was really good.
Our mains have arrived. I got the Baja fish tacos, which look real good. These look awesome. And Marissa, what you get?
I got the Cali burger, which has onion straws, jalapenos, bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, and guac, and tater tots. And this burger
looks massive. It looks really good, but it looks massive. And before we dig in, one thing. Okay, so if you've never been on a cruise, one thing you might not know is people like to hide ducks. And this morning, tucked in the corner of Surfside, I found this little guy. Grant has named him Oscar. He's Oscar the orange duck. And he's got a little tag that says, "Congratulations, keep or hide, you decide." And the people that hit him are from South Africa. So that's kind of cool. So that's Oscar,
Nice.
my new duck.
Yeah. I feel like we've done so many cruises. We've only ever found like one duck before this, too.
Yeah.
So I feel like we only recently discovered
But
or
I think it's
actively
become
looking.
a thing in the last like couple of years. I don't think it was like a big thing like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna dig into this monster. I'm gonna flip it. Oh my god.
It's good.
That's a really good burger.
Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be very messy. Like, it's a sizable piece of fish on here, too. Yep, there.
Okay.
It's really good. It's a nice, like, crispy, like, fried, like, batter on it. It's really good. And it's like a spicy, I think it's like a spicy mayo or aioli or whatever.
Yeah.
And some coleslaw.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, you see.
Okay.
It's really good. The food here has been
Really good.
really good. It's fairly cheap on board. I think if you even just came here on board, it's only like for lunch. It's only $14.99 for two
Yeah.
like meals, and I think at dinner time they have more options.
Yeah.
But I think it goes up to about $24.99 or something like that. But this, like, we pre-booked this, and it was even cheaper.
It was like
$11.99 or something like that. So
Yeah, no, this
it's a nice
is.
little option, yeah.
I'm actually basically full from the shrimp tostadas I had, which were also fabulous, but this is a really solid burger. It's a little messy for me. I have a thing where I don't like getting saucy stuff on my hands, so it is a little messy for me. But no, it's a really good burger. It's like a very thin patty, almost like a smash.
Well,
It's really good.
thanks. Yeah, solid option. We just finished lunch at Pier 7.
Yeah.
Really good. Recommend. However, like, Surfside, I think I'm happy to get out of Surfside at this time of day on a sea day.
Yeah, it's extremely loud.
Yeah, very loud. And it's even like the restaurant was actually pretty good, except occasionally the door would open and the shrieking children would be very nervous. Like, you could hear them. But no, Pier 7 was great. Good food,
Good
good
service.
service. Small restaurant.
Yeah, it was tiny.
Now we are gonna go back to the room. We're gonna change sunscreen up, and we're gonna have a bit of a pool afternoon, I think.
Much later.
So we've made it to the main dining room. So for the first time, this is pretty.
It's really beautiful.
Here, like they've kept some of, I think, like the very old school cruising. We're on like the third. There's like 3 floors of this dining room. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, tonight is lobster night, so Marissa was gonna she's getting beef tenderloin,
Yeah,
but he's
so-
like, hey, do you want?
I ordered the beef tenderloin because I do love lobster, but I also really love beef tenderloin. And like, hot take, between the two, I'd actually rather have the beef tenderloin. But then he was like, do you want lobster too? And I was like,
Why not?
I mean, sure, if you're gonna offer, yes. So now I'm doing surf and turf, apparently. Outrageous.
I'm gonna get the lobster. Why not? It's the only night they offer it. Like, they always offer, if you haven't been on Royal before, they always offer
On a 7-night or longer sailing,
7 night or longer. They always
your
have like a
formal
lobster.
night, your first formal night will be lobster night.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a nice little dining room. And just like as a little story, we did pick not my time. set time dining, and you have to pick between like 5 p.m. and I think it's
8 p.m.
We picked 5, and then we noticed today, because we had it at Zumi last night, we didn't come in the dining room, and then we checked our seat card today, and it said my time, which is, you can sort of show up whenever you want, but you often have to wait and all that, so but we just came, it's super easy to solve, like just literally, if something like that happens, just
Go to the dining room.
Go to the dining room earlier in the day or whatever, go up to the maitre d' or whatever, and they'll sort it out like they did for us. They gave us a reservation. Right?
It was literally, we explained what we needed, and he was like, yep, hold on.
Yeah.
Picked up the phone, and it was one of those phone calls of, yep, he gave them our room number, and he was like, yep, okay, you're going to go to this dining room at this time.
Yeah.
Here's your table number. Just tell them that. And that's exactly what we did. It was easy peasy.
Yeah. It was, but no, we've had a nice little. Last time you saw us, I think we were eating lunch. Now we're eating dinner, but we had a good afternoon. We just we sort of pool hopped a little bit today, right?
Yeah. So it wasn't really anything like worth vlogging.
Yeah.
Because we were literally just hanging out.
Very just different from when we walked around yesterday. Though, like we went to the Hideaway Pool, it was pumping, like that DJ, and it was very busy, but. That was still fun. We went in there for we had like a drink. We were probably in there for 30 minutes, and then we sort of jumped around some of the other pools, finding the best spot. We found probably the best in terms of if you want something a little quieter, the Cloud 17 pool up there is way quieter.
Yeah. Which was originally going to be the adults only area, and then like a day or two before the inaugural sailing, they switched it with the Hideaway to make the Hideaway adults only. So this definitely has that quieter vibe. There were some kids in the pool, and one was getting particularly rowdy, and the lifeguard was on it.
Yeah, he told the kids to stop splashing, and
called the kid's mom over.
And then when he still kept splashing a little bit, the mom came over, and he kind of
the lifeguard. Got the mom, took him over, and was like, your kid keeps doing this, he's gone.
Yeah.
So.
But I think, that's a good spot. I think it is quieter, but I think I see why they made the Hideaway the adults only. Being back there, it's kind of, it's not a thoroughfare kind of spot. It's kind of, but it's also being 18 plus makes sense, and it's like, I couldn't see kids playing in that infinity pool with the day beds and like all that stuff.
Yeah, that would have been not safe.
It would not suit like having kids running around there, but yeah, we're just waiting for starters.
I'm so excited.
Okay, we committed the cardinal sin of vlogging on a cruise. We started our meals without sharing it, but this is pretty standard though. I got the Caesar salad, which you know it's a Caesar salad. It does the job. I wasn't super hungry, so I was saving it for the lobster. And you got the classic.
I got the extremely classic old school French onion soup. It's got the good Gruyere cheese. It's got the bread under it. That broth is so rich. It's incredible.
Yeah, classic.
Very classic, delicious. 10 out of 10.
So you got
I got beef tenderloin with asparagus and mashed potato. And then my lobster tail.
I just got the lobster too. They already came. They came and like de-shelled it for us. So
yeah,
it looks great.
It looks incredible.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Nice. Let's try some of this little lobster. I think I get the butter.
Is it good?
Way better than Windjammer.
Yeah.
So we both did the apple cobbler, which looks really good.
It does look good.
It seems to be popular. Many other people around us. You know, Marissa, she's gonna take one little bite of this, and then she's got to be done.
I would be outright. She'd be like, "That's uncalled for," but no, it's completely called for and completely accurate. It's very hot. Like this little dish is like fresh out of a warmer.
Yeah. It's good.
Really good. When we were in London last year,
Oh,
we went to Humble Crumble in Borough Market, and it reminds me of that.
It doesn't have like tons of custard.
It doesn't have the custard.
But it's like without that. But it does have the ice cream. So the ice cream is it's a good little substitute.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, let's Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's
Like better than I anticipated it, to be honest.
honestly, I prefer like a cobbler or a crumble to an apple pie. Honestly,
Yeah,
It's
because
like,
you're not American.
I'm not American, but I feel like because it's more like there's more of the sauce, like the kind of caramelized sort of sauce, more of that than just big chunks of apple in a crumble. Does that
This
make
is
sense?
un-American.
I
drink.
know it is.
They're going to be like, that's like the first question on the citizenship test. Do you like apple pie? And you're going to be like, no. And they're going to be like, sorry.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying I would prefer a crumble or a cobbler. It's just like the ease of, like, this keeps everything warmer. A sliced apple pie, it's like warm for a second. You know? No, I don't know.
No, because you're wrong.
Whew, that was. I think we just said it to the waiter, but like that was like the best main dining room like meal we've ever had.
Yeah, this is our 6th or 7th cruise.
Yeah.
And that was the best main dining room overall experience.
Yeah, like our wait staff were really good.
Yeah.
What? Tell them the little anecdote you often get with dining room servers, especially on cruises, that they did not do on this one.
Yeah,
Tell
so
them the anecdote. Yeah.
I'm a little tiny person, and I often have a small appetite. I don't eat a lot, and it's really annoying because every time, this happens at restaurants too, but it's like prevalent on cruises where I won't be able to eat all of my entree or dessert, and they're like, you didn't like it? And I'm like, no, I loved it. I'm just tiny.
Yeah.
And this was, I think, the first time I have not had a main dining room.
Sorry, just distracted by the pearl.
Yep, no, you're good. This is the first time I ate half of my beef tenderloin. I ate my lobster tail.
Yeah.
But like all the like veggies and stuff were still there. And I didn't have someone asking like,
Yeah.
oh, did you not like it?
Yeah.
It was just, how was it? And I'm like, it's excellent. And that was not questioned.
Yeah.
Which was, I really appreciate. It's exhausting to constantly have to defend the fact that, no, I actually did like the food.
Yeah.
So.
It's really busy here tonight. Tonight's like sort of formal night.
Formal night. So everybody's all dressed up.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are all dressed up. Lots of sequins.
And
lots
the people
of
that don't
glitter.
want to do formal night, well, we don't really either. We're just like, we're just like, I just didn't wear a Hawaiian shirt tonight.
Yeah, you just wore a plain shirt, and I'm in like a cute long skirt and like a crop top.
But that is the thing. Royal have kind of eased off on that
Pretty significantly.
a bit now, which is nice. So if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Sorry, we got into an elevator way faster than we thought we would while we were mid-sentence.
And there were other people in it.
Yeah,
So we
there's other
can...
people in there. You know, we're getting better at this self-vlogging thing. But you know, when there's other people in an elevator, I don't want to be that person.
I want to be respectful of them too. Like that would be really weird and uncomfortable to like be in an elevator and like two people are like vlogging.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that to somebody.
No.
Because I've seen other vloggers do it and people look so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Main dining room, first night on Icons being.
10 out of 10. Kieran and Prakash are two waiters.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Also, if you do what we do, we've done this almost every time we got up on our floor, but we're on the wrong side. So once again, we have to travel down the endless hallway.
The endless hallway, like it's from The Shining. But one of the things Icon has done that I do really love, it's a new feature on Icon, is the room placards are color-coded depending on where in the ship you are. So if you're all the way forward, it's lime green. In the middle, it's this like turquoise color. And then down at the aft of the ship, it's royal blue.
Yep.
You see what I did there?
Royal blue.
I'll be here all week, folks. Try the deal. But no, it really does help, especially because we are all the way at the aft of the ship. It's really helped orient yourself.
I feel like they've added a lot more artwork in the
halls.
now.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not as,
Yeah.
you know.
But especially when we have to walk down this long hallway, it really does help us know, okay, I'm like, how far down the long hallway are we?
Yeah.
We're back at our room. We should have a towel animal because it's the second night of the cruise. They normally don't do it on the first instance. Oh, we got somebody.
Stark.
Oh,
Let there be light.
Look at him!
Whoa, it's a puppy.
Rover!
It's
It's a Rover!
oh my god.
Oh my god. That is so cute. Ah!
This is a new one. I've never seen.
I've
it.
never seen.
It's
No,
got the
they
little eyes.
has eyes. They made a little Rover towel animal.
It's got the little
Little
tail.
tail. It's
Little
so cute.
That's
Like the best towel animal. Everything an icon. Iconic. Everything's the best. Including the towel animals.
yeah. So I think that's a day. That wraps up a day. I think
Yeah.
we've had we're doing a pretty early one today. We had a fairly long day in the sun. You know, it was one of those days. It's like we're not in the sun all that much in real life anymore. So I was like, it's really tiring. So I think we're just gonna have a chill evening.
Yeah.
But no, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of our Icon of the Seas videos, hit that subscribe button, because tomorrow we're going to be in Roatan, Honduras, and we're doing something fun. We're doing
I'm so scared.
Adventure
Ziplining
course?
like
going. I think it's like rope courses and ziplining.
I'm terrified.
No, it's going to be a fun day. So I hope to see you in the next video.
Bye.
Catch you next time. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are on day 3 of our Icon of the Sea sailing. First day in a port. We're still not quite there. It's 6:25. I think we're
supposed
officially
to get there at like 9.
gangway's down at like 9:30 or something. So, but cool first port day in Roatan, Honduras. So this is our first time being here. So a new country,
For both of us.
unlocked, which is always fun. And we're doing a really exciting day. We're doing a royal excursion called it's called like the ultimate extreme adventure combo or something like that. So we're essentially going to like a
Zipline park.
It's like a zipline park that has a mixture of kind of like ropes, like rope bridges and things like that you go across. It has normal zip lines that you go across sort of the treetops and stuff like that. And then it has one called
The Superman.
it was Superman, apparently. Copyright, I'm sure. It's with a Z, but it's you lay like on your like stomach in like a harness, and you go through the you go through the jungle. So it looks really fun.
One of us is more excited about this than the other one.
I'm excited because like we were gonna do something like this on like one of our previous cruises,
And it got canceled.
And yeah, we've done like a zip line before, but we haven't done these kind of like ones in the forest and all that. So I'm excited we get to finally do it. But yeah, we're just gonna go out and get some coffee and breakfast. We're gonna go try Pearl Cafe with their food and their coffee today. So they seem to have some really good looking like breakfast sandwiches.
Like a steak and egg breakfast sandwich that looked pretty good actually.
And the good thing about that is it's open before 7. A lot of the other like foodie places don't open until 7. So we're gonna go there now and get some brekkie.
Yep.
All right, once again we're in this is the ultimate quiet spot in the morning around the Pearl Cafe. You just go down one floor outside the Pearl. It's actually on both sides. Yesterday we were on the other side of the ship.
But now we're like underneath the Pearl basically.
But yeah, this is really pretty. We're actually coming into I'm assuming that's Roatan.
I'm assuming.
Or it's some other island, but I don't know.
That we're just zooming past. Who knows?
I wanted to show you, like, we got these cool steak and egg sandwiches. Look how cool these look. They're like
really cheesy.
Yeah.
They look really good. And then we got iced lattes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Ooh, they're hot too. Right?
Pretty good.
That's solid. For just like free pickup.
Yeah.
Like they just have them all in a window, and you ask them, and they go and heat it up, right? Mm-hmm. And you threw that in an oven or something, right?
Yeah, they've got like the little ovens they have at Starbucks. Mm-hmm. Just threw it in there for like a minute.
So it's nice and crispy. It's not like microwave or whatever. It's actually nice and crispy.
Yeah, it's nice and crispy. It's really cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
And yeah,
the egg isn't like, you know, sometimes you get these like pre-made sandwiches and the egg is like rubbery.
Yeah.
It's not. It's quite nice.
Yeah. This is a good option, especially if you're like. We like doing something like quick sometimes on a port day, especially if we have like an excursion lined up, which we do. So like being able to just go somewhere early and grab some food and coffee is nice.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is pleasant. It's the outdoor area. I love it, especially in the morning. Because it's protected from the wind a little too.
Yep.
So it's just like you get a little bit of outdoor time, and like
We have our
own balcony, which we can also sit in. But it's like I think this is probably a good option for people that don't have their own balcony. Come and sit out here, enjoy the serenity of the ocean and stuff. And yeah, see, it's nice and pretty. Yeah, we're gonna dig in, and then we'll grab the GoPros, and we'll see you in Roatan in a minute.
Oh my god.
All right, we are at the Superman.
This is what we're doing
Resort.
first.
This is the first one we're doing. We have our outfits on.
It's very this straight jacket.
So this one we're laying down flat, like we're Superman. Yeah. So wish us luck. Oh my god. So this is.
We're up next.
We're up next.
And I'm 0% into this. No.
And it is like pouring rain. So this is pretty fun.
No. Why do you talk me into these things? This is Marissa trying not to have a panic attack, honestly. This is terrifying. Oh my
This is amazing! That was awesome. Are you good?
I'm good.
You did it?
Yeah, I did it.
So you guys got any zip line back at home like this, man?
Nope. So yeah, we're just hanging around. Oh, here we go. Woo!
Marissa's winning.
So when I was waiting for you, I saw some movement in a tree. I looked up, I saw a monkey.
Nice.
So yeah, they told us on the bus ride over there are monkeys in the jungle because it's a jungle. But to like, don't look at them, don't stop them.
Yeah.
Don't acknowledge them. Because apparently they're very aggressive.
They're looking after their babies.
They have their babies right now,
Yeah.
so they will like attack you.
Yeah.
So try and turn around like that. And try and look back.
Hi.
Ready, look back, look back, look back.
All right, so we are on the nature walk now, the calmer side of the tour. So we're at sort of, there's how many? 8 bridges, did you say? 7. There's gonna be 7 bridges. Yeah, Marissa's more scared, I think, doing this. You made it. I don't think you can quite tell, but we are very muddy. I don't know if you can see from the, because it's been raining most of the day. All right, bridge number 2. You okay?
Yep. Doing great.
How's Marissa doing? She's focused. She's focused. Are you really more scared doing this?
Yeah. The zip line, I know I have a harness.
Right.
And I trust the harness.
Okay.
Whereas this, it's just a thing that's wobbling.
This is cool though. This is a nice way to kind of wind down after
this is
the adrenaline of. They did say that you can sometimes start with this.
Yeah. No,
But we did the most intense thing first. Actually, in saying that, I found the second one more like strenuous, right? So there's a monkey like up here. We're not meant to give it attention.
There's no monkey.
There's no monkey. So we're back on the ship. We
showered.
It was quite a journey back. It was very trafficy. It's now like, it's almost 3 and we have not had lunch. So Marissa in particular is very hangry. She's very hangry. We're headed to the Aquadome market for just a little something to eat.
Just a little.
Because we have dinner at 5, so we're like, we don't want to get full, but we need a little something. And we know they have a lot of little
And if
bites
Marissa doesn't eat soon, she will commit murder. So.
Yeah. So, but no, we had to come back and shower because like we were filthy after after that excursion. Because it was raining, all of the zip lines they were like kind of a little bit rusty and stuff. So when we got off the zip line, we were just like covered in dirt and rust.
Yeah.
And
to clarify, or like a fresh. No, we're going to the Aquadome market. We're going to stay focused.
Yeah.
Because it was raining, they were like kicking off rust.
Yeah.
And that's why so if you're going on a day
So
where
they're
it's
safe, but it's
rainy, it's not like rusting,
But
falling
yeah, definitely
apart.
wear, if it's any chance of rain or has been raining, don't wear your best clothing.
Yeah, wear a t-shirt and shorts you don't care about.
Yeah, definitely wear good shoes because like what we did had like a little walk at the end too, and that was.
Although to be fair, our guy did it in flip-flops.
She did do it in flip-flops.
And I questioned that. But yeah, also because when you're ziplining, if you have flip-flops on, it would be very hard to keep them on your feet.
Right. But no, that was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it.
No, it was awesome.
Definitely worth it.
It was honestly better than I thought it would be.
So we're gonna go see.
We're gonna get some Aquadome Market. We haven't been to this venue yet.
So that's cool. They have like a little menu
Okay.
out here.
Yeah.
So there's a crepe stand. There's ginger, which is like Asian. It's like rice and noodle dishes. Max mac and cheese, feta Mediterranean, and toast and dark.
I think I'm gonna do ginger. I think I'm gonna do noodles.
I might maybe try some mac.
Okay.
Mac and cheese maybe. Yeah, we'll see what we get.
All right. We're at Aquadome Market, and I got from the ginger stand, which is like Chinese food, sweet and sour shrimp and noodles.
Those noodles actually look really good.
They look really good, and there's like peppers in there and stuff. So this just looked like really good, but also kind of on the lighter side.
Yeah.
And what I was just saying to Grant that I don't think I fully realized until we were in here is you can pick more than one protein at ginger. So it was clear like she thought it was weird that I was just getting one thing. Sorry, I'm really struggling here. I don't know what my problem is. I'm too hungry.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. And I got mac and cheese. This is a bacon mac and cheese. They had like 5 different options, but this seemed the best. Fairly small portions here, which is good. I mean, you just kind of sample stuff, right?
How was it?
It's not like super hot, unfortunately, but we were standing to drink and stuff, but it's good though. It's a lighter mac and cheese. It's not like
Super heavy.
it's kind of like a white cheese. You can see it's kind of more like a saucy kind of white cheese mac and cheese instead of like super American like yellow cheese. But yeah, really good. Nice little snack before so we don't ruin our dinner.
We made it back to the room.
Yeah, we made it back to the room, but we were a tiny bit peckish on the way back. So we did our own little snack, another little snack here of we stopped at El Loco Fresh and made our own. You're meant to get like the chips in a bowl and put a little bit of queso on it, but we just dumped all like the chips
2 bowls of chips
on there and then just made ourselves a little bowl of queso, and I got a little quesadilla too. But yeah, nice little snack to bring back to the room.
Hi, so we are magically now at dinner. It's Italian night here in the main dining room. So we just got our starters. And I decided to go with minestrone soup because that sounded kind of nice and light. Grant went in the opposite direction.
Yeah, so I got a couple things because they both sounded really good. I got the arancini, which looked really nice, and then the polenta like fries. I think you have gone to. They both look really good. So very cheesy.
Look at that cheese pull.
Very good. Very they're not super crispy on the outside, but they've got a little bit of a crunch. But no, very solid. These polenta chips. Yeah. Ooh,
Polenta chip is good.
I like the polenta.
Yeah. So we just got our entrees. So I got the mushroom risotto, which I got when we were in the Maldives twice, and I loved it. And then I couldn't resist it tonight. So we're gonna see. It's really good.
Yeah. Nice.
Very rich.
And I got the chicken parmesan, which is massive. So I probably shouldn't have got 2 starters before getting this. But no, it looks great. So let's just try a bit of this. I would say I'm a schnitzel aficionado, right?
Does chicken parmesan count as a schnitzel?
It is. It's a schnitzel. I wouldn't say I'm a chicken parmesan aficionado. I'm just a schnitzel aficionado. So I'm going to judge it on that basis. Yeah, pretty good. Tasty. It's not super saucy, which I like. It's more, I would say it's more cheesy than it is marinara, right?
Are you going to talk about
But
why
tasty.
you think American chicken parmesan is weird?
Well, back in Australia, we're big on schnitzel, like chicken schnitzel or pork schnitzel or veal schnitzel, whatever. But it's very big for us to get that at like the pub or whatever, and you would just get it with like fries or something like that. And it's all you'd put on it is like the classic kind of, almost how the like Germans would do it, like put some lemon, like a lemon slice, and put it over it. You know, so having extra stuff on the schnitzel is kind of against how I was raised and how I prefer schnitzel, but you can't really argue with having
marinara.
like some spaghetti and marinara and cheese.
It took some coaxing to get you to come around, though.
Oh, spaghetti's good. No, it's solid. It's still a little weird for me, but it's all foods that I like.
So our desserts came. I got the tiramisu, which is one of my all-time favorite desserts, but I also love it for the Sleepless in Seattle reference. And if you don't know, go watch Sleepless in Seattle. But yeah, I'm excited. Look at that.
Okay.
Look at it.
Yeah. All right. So I got very excited. This is the lemon curd tartlet. I'm a big fan of tarts, especially like lemon tarts. So let's try it. It's got a nice little bit of chocolate. It's like a little mini lemon meringue. It's way creamier than like a normal like lemon meringue pie would be.
It's like a lemon curd.
Because it is a curd. It's like it's a creamier
Is that,
lemon.
The meringue? Is it like the
It's a soft meringue.
It's the Italian meringue. I think that's correct. It's been a while since I've watched British Bake Off, but I'm pretty sure Italian
like-
is soft and
So it's like a
Swiss is like hard.
soft.
Someone
Really
really
good.
had fun with the blowtorch, though.
Yeah. Another really good main dining room.
No, the
meal.
main dining room is killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely killing it.
Yep. Okay, it's very exciting. We have found Rover. We were actually on a mission to go
To
see if
find
we could see
Rover.
Rover.
Grant
we found.
happened to look up.
I just looked up.
I was like, Rover!
Marissa got a photo. I'll like put it in here, and you can see the photo with Rover.
She's a heckin' good girl.
She's very good. I'm happy we found Rover. I know it's sometimes hard to find her.
Yeah, I've seen people say they go through an entire cruise and don't see her.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited we got to find her.
Rover's gone.
They took Rover,
They took
how dare.
Rover, but
Now we have elephants.
Have an elephant. What happened?
Our tour tomorrow has been canceled.
Oh no! We thought today's was gonna get canceled, but
Plot twist.
what does it say? Why?
Operational reasons.
Operational.
I don't know what that
reasons.
means.
Hmm.
Is tomorrow just going to be a pool day?
Maybe, I don't know, because we have been to Cozumel before, and that actually, to be fair, we've done a very similar.
We've
tour
done
to
this almost
before.
this exact excursion before.
There was gonna be some good tacos, but
It's okay. We've had the good tacos.
yeah, we're actually leaving.
Oh, we're leaving. Yeah.
Bye, Honduras.
Bye, Honduras. We were having a chat before.
Oh yeah, we were having a chat, and then we decided to have this chat for
The camera.
the YouTube, and so we're gonna talk. And I'm
gonna
sure
hold the elephant.
you're gonna hold the elephant. Okay, so yeah.
Babar. I'm gonna hold Babar over here.
We might be in the minority with this, but we were talking about how on a Caribbean cruise, I was saying this actually, but like you kind of agreed, that I think there's more appeal in the daytime, right? Like the daytime is why I go on a Caribbean cruise.
You want to be out in the sun. You want to be out in the pool. You want to be drinking all the tropical things.
Yeah, and then this happens every cruise I've been on. We barely get past 9 o'clock at night, right?
We barely get past dinner.
We don't.
Which is at 5
We
o'clock.
generally go to dinner and come back, and like right now it's like 6:10. We might actually go to the hot tub after this,
Yeah.
because we're a little tired today from our ziplining everywhere. So we're like, this might be good for our muscles. But we're like, I don't feel guilty about going to bed early on a cruise, because it means I can wake up early and then get the most of like the sunshine, which is why we're on a Caribbean cruise, right?
Yeah.
But I got us to talking that we're not huge night owls, and I don't know if we're wrong. Like, put it in the comments of like, do you prefer like daytime activities
Or
and
the
like being on the
nightlife.
ship in the daytime and like all of the stuff the ships have to offer, or the nightlife? Like we feel like, because I feel like nothing about the nightlife
Is appealing to us.
super appealing. Yeah, like I'm not like we like going to like Broadway style shows and things like that in our home life, but most of the time.
Oh my God, Babar just lost his head.
No.
That's hilarious.
Oh well. Most of the time though, like the like Broadway style shows on cruise ships aren't quite. They're not like, they'll try to be very good, but they're not going to be the same as going to see Hamilton or you know, like all of these really high quality, because it's like it is a cruise ship, and it's like this is, and nothing against, they're all very good performers. It's just that I don't come on a cruise ship
For the entertainment.
for that entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think most of the time, nothing's blown us away entertainment-wise on a cruise ship.
But I think what Royal Caribbean does really, really well, and one of the reasons I think we keep coming back, is you can curate the experience you want. I know there are people that really love all of the nightlife options that Royal offers. Like we were talking at dinner, there's like 4 venues here we will probably never set foot in because it's nightlife. Like the music hall, the blues and jazz club,
the comedy club,
the karaoke club, the dueling pianos bar, like all those things. We're not generally open after we're in bed.
And they're all like very loud music. Like we're not super into the loud music, and
no, we are not.
Because you have some sort of you have some like sensory issues, and even me, like one of my sort of triggers is like really loud, loud sound. So I'm not hugely into that. But aside from that, we find most of the enjoyment from the daytime activities, like especially on a ship like Icon. There's so much going on. There's so many pool decks and bars, and
there's a puppy.
Fun. There's a puppy that walks around.
Are we wrong? Are we missing out?
Have a chat in the comment below. We're really we'd love to hear feedback on like what you get the most out of a cruise. Like and we're talking more so obviously on the ship activities, not like obviously you get a lot out of
Excursions
going
are a
to
different
excursions
thing.
in the daytime. There's no nighttime excursions on cruises, but in terms of the ship, on your sea days, if you don't go into port, are you the kind of person that wakes up at 6 or 7 a.m. and then starts doing all the things like us?
Yeah.
Or do you sleep into like 11 and sort of save your energy for the nighttime? That's
Let us know.
yeah, no, we're gonna call it here. I think we're gonna go, as I said, go hit the hot tub and rest up for our next day, where we don't know what we're doing
our
tomorrow.
plan just went out the window.
What are we doing?
So
but no, this has been a fun day. Really, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but we loved our excursion today, the zip lining.
Yeah.
It was so fun, and we were saying over dinner that it was probably one of the most sort of like
satisfying excursions we've done.
Yeah, like they could have easily done maybe 2 of the 3 things and charged the same amount of money. Yeah. And we've been on excursions kind of like that, where we've been on a zip lining before.
And it was a zip line down about
a zip line, the whole excursion probably took an hour. And not even.
No, it was like 30 minutes.
Because it was close to the port as well. But this was a lot jammed in. Like, it wasn't cheap. I think we paid about $130 a person.
Yeah, but it was a lot. It was so lot of zip lining.
Yeah. So definitely worth it.
Now we're gonna go rest our muscles. We're gonna go have a drink in the hot tub and then figure out what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you want to see our other icon videos when they come out, just hit that little subscribe button below. It really helps us out.
Really helps.
You'll get a little notification when it comes out. So
thanks y'all.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Bye. Good morning.
All right, we are, what day are we up to? Day 4.
This is day 4. Time has no meaning.
I don't know. We're in port at Costa today. You can see just here, there's the land.
See a little bit of land.
We thought we'd already stopped, but maybe we were like spinning around.
Maybe we're moving very slowly. Mm-hmm. So interesting thing about Costa, if you haven't been here, there's like a tiny village near here, and people are mostly of Mayan descent, but there's like, other than that, like there's nothing here other than the cruise port, which is interesting. And fun fact, like 2 days before we left for this cruise, Royal Caribbean announced that they actually purchased the port of Costa Maya. Yeah. They have been buying up acreage around it for a couple of years apparently. And so they're going to build so they have Perfect Day at Coco Cay. They're going to have Perfect Day Mexico. They're going to keep the port so other cruise ships can still stop at this port. But the Perfect Day Mexico part will only be for Royal Caribbean guests. And then the additional land they purchased around it will be kept for conservation. It's kind of cool.
I wonder if that will kind of be like how Virgin used Bellum. Was it?
Tino Bay.
Not Tino Bay. They have another one.
Bimini?
Bimini. Yeah, I know Bimini, I think, is owned by Virgin, but they actually lease it out to other cruise ships to use.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Royal would do that. Our excursion was canceled today, so we don't actually have a plan.
No.
But we might get off briefly, just look around the port, come back in. Essentially use this as a sea day.
Yeah, I think we're going to maybe wait until most of the excursionists get off, and then we'll go off, do a lap, probably come back on the ship, and then just explore the ship when it's a little quieter, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Often, especially in the mornings, well, a lot of people are at excursion, so it's a nice time to head around the ship. Also, I just wanted to point out my Hawaiian shirt today. I really like this one. This is a Mario Brothers one with the little plant guys called? Piranhas?
Yeah, I don't know if they have a name or not.
I don't know if they have a name.
But I like this Hawaiian shirt. It's good.
The little fire flower, the little acorn leaf. Yeah, I like this one. It's cool. It's subtle.
But no, we're about to go get breakfast. We're going to try Park Cafe for breakfast this morning. We actually haven't even been in there yet. So we've been in there on other ships, but we'll see how it is on this one. All right, so we just got breakfast at Park Cafe, which is really pretty. We're sitting outside. It's actually nice and quiet down here in the morning. And we just got a couple of little breakfast sandwiches, little English muffin, bacon, egg, and cheese, or ham, egg, and cheese.
I think it's ham, egg, and cheese, like Canadian bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, they do that. They do a couple of breakfast burritos.
They have like a bagel bar.
And then they've got little cups of fruit and yogurt parfaits and stuff. So definitely it's a nice little quiet chill place to get breakfast, right? Central Park's nice at this time in the morning too.
Yeah.
It feels a little less like you're on a cruise ship. And
Yeah.
you're somewhere else. And now it's good that there's like stairs that go straight from like the promenade area from the Pearl Cafe. So we went and got our like coffees from Pearl Cafe, where they're very speedy. They're very good. I think the guy already recognizes us there in the morning, which is good.
Yeah.
And then you can just walk up to Central Park.
Yeah. They made it really easy because the stairs are right there.
Yeah. Yeah, the flow of the ship's definitely... I find the pool deck to be a little confusing and a little like too many layers and you get
Stairs
caught
are in weird places.
But the rest of the ship is very...
well designed. And I think like, especially how they did the promenade Surfside in Central Park is such an improvement over Oasis Class, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We have just exited the ship. We are in Costa Maya.
And look at this massive beast of a ship.
It's massive. It goes forever. Something to know if you are sailing on Icon of the Seas, because this is a 7-day cruise. Once a week, they do a mandatory crew safety drill, where they basically go through like all the emergency call signs. They turn the emergency lights on. They close some of the fire doors. They started doing that right as we were getting ready to leave, and we didn't know what was going on. And then like about halfway through it, they're like, this is a mandatory crew safety drill. Guests do not need to participate.
Yeah.
So just be aware if you are an Icon, you're going to be hearing, and you're on the ship on like one of the port mornings, you're probably going to hear that. No one's died. Everything's fine. It's just them practicing safety.
Yeah. So right now we're in port, it looks like, with the Carnival Mardi Gras, which is one of their big new ones as well.
Yeah,
so
but
all
she
the big
looks
ships
small compared to Icon.
Quite a big
This is a
dock
long
here.
pier. So we don't have an excursion this morning, as we said. So we're really just going to do like a lap around the port, check it out, see what's there. Maybe I'll talk Grant into a drink. I don't know. We'll see.
So you can kind of see these two big ships next to each other.
One's way prettier.
Yeah. But we're still walking down
It's a little
giant
hot.
pier.
And there's no like shade or anything, so just kind of be aware of that too. That's one of the things I like about what they did at Costa Cay. Costa Cay? Coco Cay. Let me try that again. Is that they put a lot of like shades and overhangs over the pier, so you're not walking in like direct sunlight.
I did hear some news about Coco Cay this morning.
Oh.
That now apparently, I don't know if it's from just now onward or not, but the little like golf carts and stuff are only going to be for special needs people.
I kind of like that.
It's no longer for just people that don't want to walk on the pier.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, that we're probably getting clogged up or something.
Yeah.
Very busy. I guess
It's real busy.
that happens when you have two giant ships.
Yeah. I think we did really get off with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like almost 10 a.m. So I think all the people that aren't doing excursions are probably
Did the same
wandering
thing we
around.
did.
Yeah.
No port is complete without your Diamonds International.
Literally every port.
Literally every port.
I don't know why that is the universal sign of like cruise port,
Yeah.
Diamonds International, but apparently. So we're at the Swim and Tonic for the first time. So like there's a lot of gin-based cocktails, right?
Which makes Marissa happy because Marissa likes gin. So I got the Strawberry Sunset, which is a beefeater pink strawberry gin, strawberry puree, lime, lemon juice, mint, and elderflower tonic. Also, a fun thing about this, it's the swim up bar, and they have these fun menus that float. So that's fun. So we're gonna.
The kid. And I got the Purple Tide, which is beefeater, London dredging, lemon juice, butterfly, PT. I don't know what that is. Simple syrup and tonic. That looks really, see, it's like almost like purple stuff. It's meant to have like a flower. Oh, you got the flowers. There you go.
Yay!
So, this is really good too. I think you'll like this as well. We're on a port day, so it's nice and calm here this morning. It's at like it's like 11 something, so it gets very pumping here later. So I got the limoncello and tonic. So a gin and tonic but with limoncello, but it also has like elderflower liqueur in here, lemon juice, a little cucumber. Ooh.
Yeah. You like it?
I wouldn't get this like over and over, but it's a good, that little bit of lemon flavor. Like it. So we actually traded drinks. So I actually don't mind I don't really like grapefruit as a normal drink, as a normal like fruit.
Yeah.
But I do like grapefruit in drinks, like when there's like grapefruit beers or grapefruit like seltzers. I like them so.
Which is funny because I'm the opposite. I like grapefruit as a fruit.
Yeah.
But not as a drink.
Okay.
And I should have known that about myself.
And you like this limoncello one?
And the limoncello is really nice. It's pleasant.
I wasn't even gonna film this. We're just eating at the Windjammer. Marissa found the best ribs ever. No joke. Like their barbecue ribs, like fall off the bone. No right to be that good. So I just got a cream puff, a cookie, and a carrot cake. I'm like, I don't even like carrot cake, but it looked really good.
We're at the dessert connoisseur.
Look at
Doesn't even like carrot cake.
it's so like moist. It's like I don't even like carrot cake. This is like amazing. I wasn't a huge fan of the Windjammer for breakfast.
No.
Windjammer for lunch. This is the second day. Like they don't have the lobster and all that like they had the first time.
Honestly, I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed what we had the first
Windjammer
day.
for lunch has been
Yeah, no, this is
like
awesome.
pretty perfect. Yeah.
Much later.
It's the daily towel animal check. And this today we got a swan. I am impressed.
Or a peacock. Is it a peacock?
Oh, actually, it might be a peacock.
It's some sort of fowl.
I think it might be a peacock, but I am impressed with his dedication to the eyes.
The googly eyes, yeah.
The googly
that's
eyes
pretty dope.
on everything.
Yeah.
I imagine he probably just keeps reusing the eyes. That's why he destroys the previous one each time. Dinner tonight was a little bit just... We were talking about this before, and we actually anticipated this. We feel like the main dining room always has kind of like a little bit of a miss
There's
night
always one
with the
night that's
menu.
weak. And it was tonight.
And I think that might have been tonight. We didn't want to be too critical.
Like, I think
It wasn't the worst,
we
but-
weren't super hungry anyways. And
That's
it's like
always,
when you if you say something about the food, which like they're very apologetic, they will bring you whatever you want. They will do everything to make it right. And I was just not hungry enough.
Yeah, I wasn't hungry enough to be like, I don't really like this. I want something else. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not that hungry. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was fine. Like, I ended up just getting a steak for dinner, which was fine. Like, because I knew some of, like, it was Caribbean night, so there weren't the options. I think we've noticed that before, sometimes on, funnily enough, Royal Caribbean, that their Caribbean night's not the best.
Yeah. It was like a spiced chicken or a spiced pork chop or spiced shrimp, all of which came with like rice and veggies.
Yeah.
Were kind of like the themed options. You got a steak. I got a pesto pasta, which I was actually kind of excited about. But it was lukewarm and unbelievably salty.
Yeah.
So.
And my steak was fine, but I didn't particularly love my the pork bao buns. I didn't find any pork in them, which is
weird
it
because
seemed
he
to be
said he
all-
swapped it with the woman that was next to us.
Yeah.
And she said no vegetables.
It was all vegetables.
Yeah.
my
So
one.
I don't know what happened.
So I don't know, but they were a little too there was sauce all over them, so there wasn't enough
Yeah.
you couldn't really pick up the bao buns,
You had to eat it
which
with a fork.
you kind of have to. But anyway, it's fine. Like the service there is really good, and
Our waiters are incredible.
yeah, and we've we sort of said this to them. We're like, we weren't that hungry anyway because you're always eating on a cruise. So I feel like even if you have a miss of a meal,
like upset when you don't eat your food, and it's like, no, I'm just full.
Yeah, I feel like we're not huge people, and we don't generally have gigantic meals. So it's like we're, sometimes if there's a slight miss of a meal, it's like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. But after dinner,
we did some merch shopping.
We
at
went
the store.
shopping.
Mm-hmm.
We got a cute bag.
Yeah, so you can get a cute little tote bag for like $2 when you buy stuff.
We love a tote bag.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a hoodie. It's just got like the Royal logo on the front and on the back. It's got icon.
Yeah, it is cool.
Which is really cool. So I got a new hoodie. I've been wanting a new hoodie anyways, like just at home in real time life. So really excited. Grant
also got a hoodie.
Also, he got a zip-up hoodie, which I will probably steal. It's like identical to mine. It's just different colors.
It's a full zip.
So full zip icon on the back.
It is good like that. The stitching looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. We got a cute little inaugural season icon of the seas magnet for our fridge. Because we wanted something that said like we were here in the inaugural season.
So,
So that's what we got.
That's what we got. But today was a pretty chill day.
It was a chill day.
Yeah,
So tomorrow we have to get up bright and early because our meeting time for excursion is at 6:50 in the morning because it's a 9-hour excursion. Grant, what did you do?
I don't know.
So we're just we were supposed to go to the ice show tonight, but neither of us were really feeling it.
Yeah.
Plus we have to get up early. So we're just gonna chill in the cabin, and we got a beer and a cider as like nightcaps. We're gonna read, I'm gonna read a little bit, and then we're probably gonna go to bed early.
Yeah, and also I do quite like my tradition on Royal Caribbean is to watch some BBC on the cruise TV.
Yeah, we do love some evening BBC on a cruise.
Yeah, because they have like their own version of like BBC channel.
Like
it's like
at sea.
BBC at Sea or something. So they have it's just like random shows that are on.
Really, not a fun fact, kind of a morbid fact, but. One time I was out on the balcony reading, as I do, and Grant was watching BBC, and all of a sudden the news broke that Queen Elizabeth had died. We were on a cruise at the time, and Greg came out, and I was like, the Queen died! So then we came in and sat and watched the coverage of Queen Elizabeth stuff.
That's a random story, but it's a random cruise fact about us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you want to see our other icon videos, there's a couple more before this, and then we got a few more left after this.
Yeah, so we didn't say what are we doing tomorrow.
Oh, right. So tomorrow we're doing we're going to be in Costa Maya. No.
Cozumel.
So tomorrow
we were in Costa Maya today, sweetie.
So tomorrow we're gonna be in Cozumel.
Yes.
And we're doing like a fairly long, it's kind of like a scuba swimming in like cenotes, I think. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, so it's underground water-filled caverns. We're going not cave diving,
sort of,
but cave snorkeling.
Yeah, and there's little tours around caves apparently, and then there's going to be like a buffet lunch and
then some shopping.
Some shopping or something. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So it should be an interesting, fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hit that subscribe button below if you want to see that video and our future Icon of the Seas videos.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Good morning, everyone.
Day 5.
Day 5 of our Icon cruise. Today we are in Cozumel, and we're currently in a ferry. We had to get up really early this morning to get our ferry because we've got a long excursion. Yeah, it's like a 9-hour excursion or something that we're essentially going sort of like we're exploring some caves and cenotes and shopping. There's like a whole bunch of stuff. So we have to catch a 45-minute ferry to the mainland.
From Cozumel.
We'll see you when we get there. Okay, so we made it to the mainland. Cozumel. We're gonna play it. And it's very pretty, the water.
The water's so pretty.
So yeah, it was about a 30-ish minute ferry ride, and now we have to walk. It says 10 minutes like down the road to where you get like a bus or whatever it is. So
just know if you're doing this excursion, ferry, walk, bus, then who knows what we'll.
first cenote, and this is an obviously an open air cenote. We're also gonna see one that's in a cave, right? But then we're gonna do this you go on a little zip line, you zip down and you jump off. And there's also a platform you jump off, yeah.
All right, so the platform has 3.8 meters, so it will be like something close to 11 or 12 feet, okay? The water, it's another 20 feet, 25, 30 feet, approximately. So we're gonna count till 3 and then you jump, all right?
You're going first.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Vamos.
Woo! It's good. To come up here? Yeah. Woo!
1, 2, 3, go!
Yeah, Marissa! Woohoo!
Grant's gonna jump again.
All right.
Bye. Yep. Ah. I was expecting it to feel like fjord cold. It's not. It's really refreshing.
It's warm. It's like relatively warm.
Yeah. Like if you swim in a lake, it's warmer than
Yeah. So we're in
the cenote.
We're in the cenote. This is really cool.
This is really awesome.
Definitely wear water shoes if you come here though.
Yeah.
They definitely are helping so much, right? Lots of little rocks and they're all very slimy and stuff. So if you want any grip on the grip. Oh, there's like a cool cave over here.
Yeah.
Now this is really awesome.
This is really fun. I'm enjoying this.
Well, there's tons of people out there now jumping.
I think there's like 3 or 4 groups here now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just taking a breather. It's actually a lot of work, like swimming around it. But no, this is really awesome. Like we have like about an hour or something here.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go to the underwater cave. And basically do the same thing, probably without the jumping and the zip lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lunch.
Yeah. It's actually beautiful weather now.
Yeah.
It was a little cloudy this morning, but now it's
this
awesome.
perfect weather. It doesn't feel too hot. The water's not too cold. It's like perfection.
Yeah. All right, so we're leaving Cenote 1.
Now we're going to the cave.
And going to Cenote 2, which is in a cave. So it should be fun.
So we're getting ready to go into the caves.
Whoa.
See how fast the water is dripping from there, right? Some people think that these formations grows 1 centimeter every 100 or 200 years. It has been proven that it's not completely true. Right? They can grow faster than that. One of these rocks holds every 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes. So that's why they grow slow. But when they want to drip faster, they will grow faster than that. Okay? You guys look over there, you see we have bats.
Wow.
We have fruit bats.
I forget what's in it. It's grapefruit and vodka, and I forget what else. But it's named in honor of the first carousel at sea on a Royal Caribbean ship.
Cool.
So all of the drinks at this bar are themed after specific iconic moments.
Yeah.
See what I did there? In Royal Caribbean's history. So I'm gonna, while we wait for Grant's drink, I'm gonna. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
That looks good.
It's not super grapefruit.
No, despite the giant piece of grapefruit,
It's very grapefruit on the back.
Yeah.
And it's like refreshing up front and gets sour at the back. It's great.
Oh yeah.
There we
There
go.
Okay, so what did you get?
This is the 1400.
Each ship that's built at
Yeah.
the shipyard gets a code when it's built, and so this was 14. This build was ship 1400.
Oh, okay.
So
That was really cool.
that's really cool. Okay, try your drink.
It's just like a margarita. Yeah. It's nice though.
So we went for round 2.
I got the Rising Tides, which is named after the. We went on this on Symphony. The Rising
Rising
Tides.
Tide
It's,
bar.
it's a Rising Tide bar that goes up and down. It's in the park.
Yeah.
This has like gin.
Bombay Sapphire Gin, Lillet Blanc, Cointreau, Absinthe, and Lemon Sour.
Yeah. It's good. It's very lemony.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a little bit more refreshing than my previous one. But once again, following the same color scheme as my previous drink.
So mine is, I got a Free Fall, which is named after the Quantum class ships have indoor skydiving. So that's what mine is named after.
Oh, that's that. Okay, yeah.
It's got Kettle One Botanical.
We saw that on Odyssey. We didn't do it, but we saw it.
Yeah. Botanical Orange Blossom Vodka, Campari Cointreau, Blood Orange Puree, Lemon Sour, and soda water.
Yeah. No, the drinks are really good. Like, if we haven't shown this, this is the menu, so it actually shows you like the history of the drinks and where they how they've named
It's
them.
the history of Royal Caribbean as
Yeah.
told through drinks.
This is definitely the coolest menu, drink menu on the ship, right?
Yeah.
And then even like the outside of it.
Looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
awesome.
a cool bar. And this is right near the center of the ship, near the Pearl.
It's literally across from the Pearl. It's right when you board the ship on embarkation day. It's right where you walk in.
Yeah. So we are in the Overlook right now in the evening when there's no show on and it is deserted up here.
It's amazing.
But we haven't been able to get into one of these pods.
These drinks aren't all ours.
Just the cider is mine. Some people have apparently abandoned like 4 drinks up here when we got in. But no, these are like these cool little pods. There's only like a few of them over here, and generally in the daytime they're very popular. But of an evening, there's no one around.
It's just us.
Yeah. And you can see kind of down here. It looks really pretty at the nighttime.
It's
this whole area.
beautiful.
And we were just sort of saying, one thing we've found on this ship, there's a lot of bars, there's a lot of sort of places, and none of the bars are like closed. And we've had this as being an issue on a lot of other ships. Like the one example we thought of was Odyssey of the Seas, where they have an area kind of like the Aquadome.
It's called 270.
Yeah, and that area was really cool. It was big, like open windows looked out
Glass,
over. I
yeah.
think that was also the front of the ship, or was it the back?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was the front or the back. But anyway, they had a bar there that was really cool, but it was never open.
Never open.
Never open. Whenever if there was no show, it wouldn't be open.
Yeah.
But one thing we've found with Icon is a lot of the bars, even some of the
Once they're
outside
open,
ones,
they're open.
like even some of the like lime and coconuts
Yeah.
of an evening, even if they're in quiet spots,
Yeah.
they're still open, which we like. Like, because we were down on the promenade, it was very busy. We had a good time at 1400, but
Yeah.
we were a little over all of the people.
Yeah, it was really crowded.
We wanted
and
somewhere quiet to
What
hang
is
out.
that flashing light?
I don't know.
It's
like
not great for Marissa.
Someone's using a camera or something.
Okay.
Someone thinks they need to use a flash in 2024.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so it was really nice at 1400, and that nook was actually pretty quiet, but once you left the nook where 1400 was,
Mm-hmm.
it was super loud on the promenade, very crowded. It's white night, so everybody's dressed all in white,
Yeah, getting
which
their
is
photos
weirdly
taken.
jarring.
It's actually really. I'm glad you said that. Like, yeah, everyone wearing white. It's a little like dystopian.
Okay, so it's funny you say that, because do you want to know my association with the phrase white night?
Yeah.
White night, you can cut this. White night was like basically the code word Jim Jones used for his followers for like the practice runs.
This is the Kool-Aid guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Flavor Aid, not Kool-Aid. But he would say white night, and everyone would go to the pavilion and drink Flavor Aid and not die. And then on the final night, he yelled white night, everyone came in. It was laced with cyanide. So when I hear white night, I think of Jonestown.
Okay.
That's Murder Corner with Marissa.
Okay.
Yeah.
While we're here, I just want to, it's a little far away probably for the camera, but I want to point out that there is if you look through here, that is hooked down on the lower level. It is completely dead right now.
Yeah.
7:30, is that
Yeah.
what time it is?
And as a point of comparison, when you pan over about 6 inches,
Yeah.
we can see the 2 floors of Coastal
That's
Kitchen,
Coastal
which are
Kitchen.
packed.
Yeah, it looks out over the Aquadome, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
we
dope.
unfortunately are not in a suite on this cruise, so we cannot
Yes,
partake in Coastal Kitchen.
Coastal Kitchen is a suites-only restaurant. There are 2 suite-only restaurants on the
Yeah.
ship, Coastal Kitchen and the Grove.
Yeah, and apparently, the suite people get an entire neighborhood up
Yeah,
there.
it's a neighborhood. They have their own pool and hot tubs.
I'm a little jealous.
You don't.
but
Basically, if you have a suite, you do not have to go out into the rest of the ship with peasants.
You could be completely self-sufficient up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Icon's an expensive ship, so the people that could be in the suites right now.
I'm betting. I was talking about this earlier. I bet that Coastal Kitchen is amazing because we had a junior suite on Odyssey and we ate at Coastal Kitchen. I think every night.
Essentially, I think one night we went to Giovanni's
And we
extremely
regretted it.
disappointed and regretted actually paying money for a premium restaurant.
Yeah, we had Coastal Kitchen FOMO. It was the best service I've ever had. It was legitimately some of the best food I've ever had.
We actually didn't love Odyssey. Odyssey was actually a little bit disappointing, but the one thing that was amazing, was Coastal Kitchen. We had the best server I've ever had, and the food was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it was that was one of the things I never really thought would be that great. I was like, oh, I'm sure it's just the dining room, just you're just in your own area. That would actually convince me to get a suite again.
Yeah.
That it's
Knowing
worth a
you
little
get
bit
that
extra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I've
Coastal
heard
Kitchen's good.
hype about Coastal Kitchen.
Yeah.
There are people that only get suites for Coastal Kitchen. They will only book ships that have Coastal Kitchen because not all ships have it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I understand why.
Yeah.
Even if I can't afford it right now.
Yeah.
No, but this is awesome. Yeah, so there's 2 bars in the Overlook. There's the Overlook bar, which is just a normal bar. And then there's Ryan Bean, which is
I think we've showed
coffee
maybe on the
themed.
first.
I think we showed that in an
vlog,
earlier video.
I think we showed, a lot of.
But they're both
coffee
open
flavors.
right now. There's 3 people
Yeah.
at the Overlook bar. There were
They've
a handful of
definitely
people.
dispersed staff amongst all the bars. They don't just load them all. We've noticed some of the bars actually only have maybe 1.
Yeah,
or
they
2
might only have
bartenders.
1, but
Sometimes of the day it's oh, this might be a little understaffed. But if on the flip side to that, if that means they can have all of these different venues open, I'm kind of for that.
yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And every time you're oh, this guy's struggling a little, they need more staff, 3 more will just appear.
The biggest example was this morning. Port Day, where everyone was getting off the ship at 7:30. The poor
That poor
Pearl
barista.
Cafe this morning. We were there right when they opened at 6. he, no joke, I think had 20 espresso drinks lined up for him because the
Cashier started taking orders. And he wasn't ready.
And I was like,
bless his heart.
But they got through them really quickly.
I saw him make 5 lattes at the same time, like simultaneously.
And
5
I've worked in a
lattes.
Starbucks before, and that's like
That's no joke.
That's no joke. That's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a good day. I think we might as well just like end it.
We'll just end it here.
I'm sure when we go back to the room, we'll have a towel animal. I'll put a little like thing over this right now.
Yeah.
You can see what a magical, amazing towel animal is. We'll put it in here.
Oh, shout out for when Grant edits this video.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 2 people we met today,
Yeah.
Nick and Melanie.
Yeah.
Because hopefully Grant's able to splice it in. But even if he didn't, we met some really cool people on our excursion today.
Yeah.
And Nick full on did a free dive into a lit part of the cave to get some footage for us.
He was way
So
more
shout
adventurous than we were, so he grabbed it. He offered to use the GoPro and go diving under the thing. So
You deserve a shout out.
The GoPro wasn't doing amazing in the low light, but I think under there with the lights, it might actually
He
worked
might have
out.
gotten some stuff.
I'll put it in. You'll probably have seen it earlier. That footage was not me being brave or Marissa being brave. That was totally him.
Footage credit to our new friend Nick.
But yeah, thanks so much for watching. This has been a great day. Tomorrow we are having another sea day. So we'll have even more time to explore this amazing ship, which is
bars.
And we're on our way to Coco Cay.
Yeah.
So we can have a perfect day on our last full day. But
Perfect day.
that will be in a
Lovely
couple. But yeah, if you want to see the future videos, hit that little subscribe button below. It really helps us out. And if you haven't seen the earlier videos, just to head back in the little playlist. We got plenty of icon videos. But we'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Good morning, everyone. All right, welcome to day 6?
7?
7?
6. Day 6.
No, day 6 of our Icon of the Seas cruise, and it is a rocking.
Yeah, if you see
ship.
us swaying, we're not drunk. It's the ship.
Yeah, we noticed that maybe from like last night, it was really windy at first, and then we were having a drink or something, and it just started to start swaying, and that was in the middle of the ship, and then we're like, oh, that's a little bit, and then we went, I think, to the front of the ship, and we felt it there, and then it's been all night. It's been super rocky. You can even hear some of the coat hangers in the closet are banging. Yeah, so it's very rocky. It's just a little bit stormy. I don't know if it's actually raining. It's just being really windy. I think. But, so we'll see. It's a little bit problematic because I have the Crown's Edge, which is the little sort of ropes course ziplining thing that goes around the crown of the ship today. So if that's still going, that's going to make that real fun.
Good luck.
It's going to make it a little more challenging. I have looked at it and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look all that scary or that challenging. So it will be if it goes ahead.
If the ship is rocking this much.
So we'll see. 1, if it goes ahead, and 2, and we'll see how it goes. It will, definitely make it interesting.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm. Showering was an interesting ordeal.
Yeah, this is probably some of the most we've felt on a cruise ship before.
Sure.
Up until this point on Icon, I haven't felt anything it's been super smooth. So, but it can happen. It's weather. It makes
somewhat the fun of being on a cruise ship.
But yeah, just remember that if you do suffer a little bit of motion sickness, bring some Dramamine, stuff like that. It will help out immensely. But yeah, we're gonna have a fun sea day on this rockin' ship.
Yep. So welcome back to Grant and Marissa, the YouTube channel, where we try and figure out what we're doing in windy, blustery weather and tropical destinations.
So yeah, my Crown's Edge was sadly canceled today, which is unfortunate, but
it's really hard to walk and do this when the ship's moving. So Grant's Crown Edge was canceled, unfortunately. So
We got mimosas. We hung out in the casino for about 10 minutes and then ran out of money. And I think we're going to make our way to the Aquadome for some Aquadome market lunch.
Yeah.
And we're walking, normally we would walk around along the pool deck on deck 15, which is deck above where we are. But it's so windy out.
Very windy.
We're just going to walk through the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
crazy.
I messaged. So one of the cool things, I don't know if this is on every ship now, but at least on this ship, you can actually just text chat guest services on the app, which is really cool. So you don't have to go down and line up.
Yeah.
If it's a simple request. So I just asked them, I'm like, hey, I have a Crown's Edge appointment at 11:30. Is it happening? And they're like, nope, the deck is closed. They actually said the deck is closed. So
they've probably decks 16, 17, they have closed. It must be real rough if you're in a suite right now, because those are on the top decks.
yeah,
Because our room is at the aft of the ship on deck 14, and it is
very
moving.
Move. Like the whole ship, you feel it, but definitely at the back, you feel it.
Yeah, now we're getting to the front, and I'm starting to feel it more. When we were in the middle, it was okay. Now that we're getting to the front, I'm starting to feel it pitch too. So
Yeah, and they did come over. The cruise director came over the intercom and said it's going to be for the next like 48 hours. So it's like, so we might have a crappy day at Coco.
okay, it will not be a perfect day.
Don't think it's going to be a perfect day, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll still make the most of it.
But yeah, it's definitely everyone's a little lost.
Everybody
I think,
looks
on
a
the
little
show-
sad.
on the ship because
Yeah.
everyone's like so dispersed normally, like out in the pools and the hot tubs and everywhere. Now everyone is kind of inside.
Everyone's stuck inside.
You
Doesn't know
definitely
what to
notice
do.
crowds a little
Everybody
more.
and everybody looks really depressed.
So yeah, we once again went to Ginger, which is right. Marissa had this the other day, and I didn't. So here's Marissa with her noodles. I got the same thing, but I got noodles with ginger beef, which is really good, and a couple of spring rolls. So.
I don't know why I'm struggling.
But I don't know if you can quite tell, but it is still very, very shaky. But yeah, you can. It's kind of noisy in the market when it's busy, but as you can see, we're sitting just on the outside, right near the actual Aquadome. So let's try this ginger beef. It's really good. I don't know if you can see the wobbling. Then I can do a little spring roll. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good, the ginger place. I like it. All right. So we are in. We haven't actually been in here, which is surprising for us. The pub.
It's
What
called
is this called?
the
Ale?
Point and Feather on this ship. It's different every ship.
Yeah. And because there's not much else to do.
Yeah.
We went outside, and it's very windy in there. They had certain parts of the upper decks were closed. They looked like they were considering closing
Swim and tonic.
the swim and
There were
tonic
like 3
bar.
guards there, lifeguards there, deep in discussion, looking like they had the looks of people that are like, we have to make this decision we don't want to make, and we know we have to make it.
Yeah.
Like they were minutes away from closing that.
So. This is just so rocky. Like they were like, it looked almost like a small wave pool.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And there was I think 1 person in the pool and like 8 people in the hot tub.
Yeah, and we, as you saw just previously, we got a quick lunch at the Aquadome Market. We were gonna hang out up there, but then like a big band started playing.
Like a jazz, like
It was really loud.
So loud. I really wish we could come to a place where everything didn't have to be so loud.
Yeah, because it was just like a jazz band, and it was like reverberating.
Yeah, and it was like when they went to a lower dynamic level, it was like, oh, this is pleasant. And then they ramped back up again. It was like, oh, Lord. So we left and we wandered around and we wound up at the pub. So we're just today might be a bit of a bar crawl day.
Yeah, I think so.
For lack of like literally anything else to do. Because a lot of the
Yeah.
activities are literally just too loud for me.
Yeah, and
Us.
and because it's so everyone's inside, like there was a trivia
Everything's
upstairs,
crowded.
and it was packed
It was
to
Ovid
the
trivia
rafters.
and it was
And I know later they're doing a Harry Potter trivia, which is packed on good weather
good
days.
days.
So that
And they're
would be
doing Game of
insane.
Thrones and Friends. So there's a lot of trivia today and they're all popular things. So
Yeah.
it's all gonna be packed.
But we're fine to just do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
and-
I know. Okay, so what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Strongbow
which is a cider.
cider. They've also got it on tap in a few places. But they had it in a bottle here. I did get a Strongbow the other day from you, and it was a little warm. So maybe their taps are a little
I think
off.
they might be having an issue with the tap. I got the classic Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Okay, that's a pretty staple beer that's available on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, so if like you're a Sierra Nevada fan, you can at least get the Pale Ale because
We had a few years where there was kind of a very, very minimal amount of good beer on cruise ships, but they're getting better now. Like,
Yeah.
you can see here, like, there's a list of, like,
a
they've
lot
got
of it's like
multiple beers.
Michelob and Bud Light. And
Yeah, but they do have some good, like, they're starting to get some, like, Polliner beer. They got, like,
they've got Terrapin.
Stella.
They've got
Stone IPA.
Stone IPA, New
New Belgium.
Belgium, and then some of the bars have a Lagunitas Peach Ale, which is like 5%, which is like a really great pool beer.
Yeah.
So they're getting
They've
there.
got, like, they've got, Pilsner Urquell, like a Czech beer.
Yeah.
So they're getting a little better with their beers. I feel like a good theme at Royal Caribbean, if you want to do this, set up like a craft brew pub, like a craft brewery, a craft.
I think Carnival does it.
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing. Because it's like, yeah, I feel like craft beer is severely lacking.
Yeah. Although I think they might have missed the boat on that just because like craft beer was so popular like 10 years ago and it's not as popular now as it was 10 years ago. So they might have like kind of missed the window on that, but I would still be super excited if they did that.
Yeah. And we're so disappointed that they, a few years back, they at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, they used to have their own beer
Yeah,
that was
they-
in collab with Funky Buddha, I think, which is a Florida-based brewery. And we had it once when we were there. It was really good, and then ever since, it's never been back. And they obviously
I
just
think it
stopped.
was right before the pandemic,
Yeah.
and then
That's right.
yeah.
Was that on the cruise we went on like literally right before? Yeah.
Because we had it at Beach Club.
Yeah. We could tell that story.
I don't know if we've told that on the blog.
So we went on, what ship was it? Mariner?
No, it was Navigator of the
Navigator.
Seas. We left on February 28th, 2020. We came back. It was just a weekender cruise on like March 2nd, 2020. So when we left, like COVID was something that was being talked about, but it wasn't really rampant across the US yet.
Yeah.
But we came back like 2 weeks before shutdown, like not
Yeah.
even like a week and a half before shutdown.
Uh-huh.
So it's just kind of crazy to think we were on a cruise like in March of 2020.
So I remember at the time it was like there was something out in like Seattle.
Yeah, it was like just wash your hands more, it'll be fine.
Yeah, and like they did do a quick check of like, are you sick or that kind of stuff. I remember, but at that point it was like nothing.
But what's crazy is when we went back and like watched a documentary about the cruise ship off the coast of Japan that got stuck. That they were on that ship stopped for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They got off that ship the same day we got, I think, on our ship.
Our ship, yeah. Which
So like
was a bit
that had
scary.
already happened, and they were still sailing. Why are we on a cruise ship now again? I don't know. But yeah, so we still have our SeaPass cards with that date, just because it's like kind of cool and scary.
Yeah, because I think it was literally like with the week we were back at work, like our offices shut down and we went to work from home and that kind of stuff. Like it like got bad real quick right after we got back. Yeah.
So that's the time we accidentally went on a cruise during the global pandemic. Yeah, so we're gonna go back to our drinks and then we'll probably pick this up at the next bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see you there.
We are back at the scene of the crime.
Last night's bar of choice, the 1400.
Yeah, we're back at the 1400. We got 2 more drinks from the menu. I got the Millennium Bellini, so it's just peach puree, prosecco.
Yeah.
It's a Bellini.
And I got the iconic G&T. So, gin and tonic with, of course, the flour that is in all of the specialty drinks.
Grant twisted the bartender's arm to get the flour.
He's like, do you want the flour? I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do want flour. So. It's a G&T, but
Yeah.
it's good. So this is, bar number 3.
3.
On our
Unofficial icon of the seas bar crawl.
Yeah, icon. What to do on a stormy day.
Bar crawl.
Bar crawl.
Yeah. So we're gonna. So our unofficial plan is we're gonna do drink at each bar until we die. So this is our third drink. We started at Bubbles in Central Park.
Yeah, we didn't film it because we didn't know we were doing this today.
At that point, it wasn't official. So we got
a mimosa.
mimosas. And then we went to the pub, as you saw, and now we're at 1400.
Yeah.
So next is probably what?
I don't think there's anything else on this level, but we might either go, I guess if we're staying close, we
Schooner.
might go to like Schooner Bar or Boleros if we're going to keep it to this vicinity for now.
Yeah. So fun fact, we've been on 6 or 7 Royal Caribbean cruises. Every single Royal Caribbean ship has a Schooner Bar, which is a nautical themed bar, and Boleros, which is Latin themed.
Mm-hmm.
We've never had a drink at Boleros.
No, never.
Ever. So maybe today's the day that changes.
Maybe.
We'll see.
All right, we are now at bar 4 in our Icon of the Seas pub crawl, or bar crawl. So Marissa she's keeping it simple.
I'm keeping it simple. This is probably the last bar I'm going to keep it simple. But I haven't done hard liquor yet. I've kept it to Prosecco and beer.
Yeah.
So this is just your basic Stella.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
We
there.
didn't actually say what bar we're in.
We're at Schooner Bar.
We're at the Schooner Bar, which we were talking about earlier. One of the staples of Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
This one is very pretty.
It's
Awesome
gorgeous.
spot. One thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have the smell. If you've been on a Royal ship before, you know the Schooner Bar smells. It has this like smell.
It smells like an old ship, and not in
Yeah.
a gross way.
It smells like a ship where it's like the wood and the ropes and stuff have this sort of
Yeah.
smell about it. This one doesn't yet because it's brand new. I'm guessing they just use new stuff. But no, it's a nice Schooner Bar, very in a good spot.
Gorgeous.
This is its location. You can see that's the Pearl there.
Boleros is across the way.
is over there, and that's like the whole promenade.
Yeah.
So it's on the promenade, but it's not. I feel like it's a little bit tucked away here, which is nice. And I got the Parrot Punch, which is I'll read it here while we look at the drink. It's a Captain Morgan spiced rum, Campari, pineapple juice, lemon juice, and simple syrup. And it looks pretty good. Let's try this out.
Not your favorite. Not your favorite. I can tell by the look on his face.
Yeah.
Not
It
your
almost tastes. It doesn't have it in it. It almost tastes like it has. It's like very grapefruity. Is that the Campari?
It's
Maybe
probably
it's
the
the
Campari.
Campari. I don't know what Campari is. I can't remember what that is, but
It's Campari.
that's Campari. Is that what Campari is? Okay. So
That like sour, bitter.
Grant has realized he does not like Campari.
You learn things.
But I'll have a
this-
little bit of this, but yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say.
I know what she's gonna say. She's gonna say this is the benefit of getting the deluxe like drink package.
500 points to the Australian.
Because I can have a few sips of this and be like, this isn't for me, get something else, and move on, right?
Next bar.
And it's like, I don't feel like I've wasted $14, right? So
Yeah.
you can try things and not be worried about the price of it.
And I think like the nice thing about it is you can try enough things that you can learn, I don't like Campari.
Right. Like, I didn't know that really before I had this drink, and now I'm like, oh, yep.
Like that's that flavor I don't like.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think I've tried enough drinks because of being on Royal Caribbean. Like, I found out that my preferred liquor
for sure.
is gin,
Yeah.
which is common in my family, so it's not a huge surprise. But
And I do have to
Gin's my
say,
thing.
now, I really like that Royal is introducing like way more menus now. Like, see,
Yeah.
this has got the menu of a lot of it's specialty stuff. But I remember the days of our first cruises on Royal where they wouldn't have menus, and you just had to sort of know what your drink was or know what cocktails were. And our first cruise, we didn't really know.
We were just guessing.
We're not like really like liquor cocktail people, so. We just had to essentially copy what other people were doing or ask the bartender or whatever. But now now they definitely have all these cocktails. They have pictures. They have like very specifically what they are.
Descriptions,
So
yeah.
I like that. It makes it.
Me too.
And all the bars seem to have a menu of some sort now, which is awesome.
It's really
Even the
nice.
pool bars have stuff up on the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely like that addition.
Yeah.
So we are at our next bar. We're at Playmakers, which is the sports bar on Royal Caribbean.
Bar number 5.
Bar number 5. And so we both got the Lagunitas Island Beats.
Yeah, cheers. This one, it's a nice refreshing.
It's a nice, like, fruity, citrusy pale ale. It's only 5%. It's a really good pool beer. Not pool bar, pool beer. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna drink this probably fairly quickly because it's loud in here, and then move on to the lemon post.
Yeah, good. We're at
The hell known as Surfside.
the area that we try to avoid. We will have this drink and get out. Surfside. It's a lot of screaming
So
here.
much screaming, so much shrieking. It's real loud.
But we went to the Lemon Post, which is the bar here for like the parents, and they also have kids drinks.
They have like
and stuff.
mocktails and like cute little like childy Capri Suns.
So I
that are
got
cute.
once again another drink with a flower. Every drink I get
Grant
seems to have
loves the
this
dang flower.
This is called the Shade Thrower, and this is it's rum, it's mango, it's lemonade, it's passion fruit. There's like a little bit of everything fruity in here, so it should be good. This like looks good. It's nice, very sweet. It tastes like like when you get like on like a cruise ship sometimes, even that there's like a tropical kind of juice. It's like a mixture of a few different juices.
It's just like tropical drink.
It's kind of like a punch. It's
Okay.
good.
So I got the Peachy Passion, and it's vodka. It's like, I think it's Kettle One peach and rose vodka or something like that. And peach, I forget what all's in it. A bunch of botanical things, and then it's got a little sprig of rosemary in it. So
Yeah. And then if you see on our right over here, over here, this is actually the Giants like family suite.
the entrance to the family townhouse.
Yeah, there's their own little gate here.
There's a little gate and a mailbox.
What is it? Do they use the mailbox?
I don't know. But this townhouse goes for $10,000 a week, roughly. And it booked out immediately for the entire year.
It's crazy because it'd be so noisy.
It would be, unless that glass is real thick.
I'd hope so.
But yeah, so that's the family
There's
townhouse.
like children like shrieking every like minute in here because of the splash pad. So
Yeah. So we're gonna drink these drinks fairly quickly and move on.
and move on to the adults areas.
Yeah.
Through the Trellis Bar, which is in Central Park. We haven't. It's actually been a little busy the last time we've been here. It's really quiet right now.
It's
You see,
beautiful.
like, this spot is awesome. Like, they've got these cute little like cushy chairs in here, and we're surrounded by the trees and the plants. So I got the Cozumel Sunrise, which looks really good. Look how pretty that is.
It looks incredible.
So this is tequila, mango, grenadine, and lime juice,
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
I think.
Sure.
I'll get a little stir. I don't want just straight grenadine, right?
This is one of Grant's like classic cruise drinks.
I only discovered this maybe a couple cruises ago. Shout out to our old friend, I think his name was Thomas, that we met once in the
One of-
solarium pool. It was one of our like pool buddies.
Yeah, one of the fun things about cruises is you meet people, you become besties with them for 4 days, and then you never see them again.
It's really good. It's like, I'm not normally like a huge tequila person, but with this, it just like works.
That drink looks so pretty.
Yeah, really good.
Especially
really refreshing.
with the colors behind you. Like, it matches like the shutters and stuff.
Yeah, this is really good. I think in particular, like if you don't think you're a tequila person, I think if you have this,
All right. I'm a good barometer for that.
Okay.
I hate tequila, but I'll give it a go.
No.
No.
So I guess maybe not if you don't like tequila. But if you're on the fence about tequila,
If you're on the fence, maybe. But
I think it's okay. But if
to
you
me, it
hate
just
it-
tastes like mistakes.
Okay, what did you get?
I got a Pretty in Pink, which I'll look in the menu to see what's actually in it. But
I'll look it up while you're.
to me, it just tastes like a GNT, but make it pink.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfection. It's delicious. It's
There we go.
Beefeater, pink gin, lime juice, pineapple juice, and guava.
Okay.
So it's a GNT, but make it pink.
Yeah. But yeah. No, this is a really cool little spot. Trellis Bar is a nice little spot. If you want to feel like you're in a park.
Yeah. One of my favorite things on Symphony was we would come here before dinner every night, and I would get an Aperol Spritz.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like my before dinner drink.
Yeah.
But it's nice in here right now. The wind has died down
It's
a
died
little
down.
bit. It's like still cloudy and stuff, but no, this is really pleasant.
Yep.
One of our favorite vlogs that we watch is from Business Insider. It's called Food Tours. It's an American guy and a British guy, and they do food vlogs in both London and the US, where they're going to be like, we're going to find the best, like, insert food item here in this city. Where are we going? H.
Yep.
And we love them. They're hilarious. And I feel like we've been doing like find the best drink on Icon of the Seas, find the best bartender, and that's just my food thought for the moment.
Yeah. Because we were filming and we said it, but we're like, we're going to finish this drink? And you're like, we've got a lot of other bars to go to.
Which is like what they say all the time. Grant's on a mission. It's time for ice cream.
I can't believe this is my first soft serve.
I know. Doing it, yeah. We've made it to the full deck. We haven't been blown overboard yet.
It's still very windy. We found the one lime and coconut that is not
Protected
windy.
by wind.
But there's many lime and coconuts.
So many limes, so many coconuts.
This is the quintessential the cool water of Royal Caribbean now.
Yeah. We once again have drinks. I got a Papa Jack, which is Bacardi rum, passion fruit, and lime.
Good.
Quintessential cool cocktail. It's very strong, actually.
Yeah, I got the Planter's Punch, which I haven't had this yet. It's Meyer's original dark rum, pineapple juice, orange juice, lime juice.
And if it looks like we're reading, it's because
It's
the
right up
menu's
there.
on the wall behind, like in front of us. This is
It's good. It's definitely like, because it's got dark rum in it, you
Yeah.
can taste like, it tastes like a normal punch. Like it tastes like a normal like rum punch, but a little extra kick, right?
yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Ooh.
Both of these are very strong. Both of them pack a punch like a donkey kick.
As we talked about earlier, there's a lot more menus now. So you can see here is the menu for lime and coconut. But you can get whatever you want, honestly. These are just kind of there.
Yeah. You can ask for whatever. These are just like their signatures.
Yeah.
We made it to the Hideaway, which is the adults only area on the back of the ship. So this is my drink. It's a Coral Blush. It's like Prosecco and Kettle One vodka, and it's pink.
And this is the Oh My God, which is elevated Mai
Elevated
Tai.
Mai Tai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
It tastes like a My Little Pony. Not in a good way. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see the beast unleashed. This is Grant's hair when it's let free.
I just wanted to show the full effect of how windy it is out of the back
It's
of
so
the ship.
windy. Grant, your hair is ridiculous. How's your drink,
It's
though?
good. It's good. You know, it's got the purple flower in it, so it's
Anything with the purple orchid gets Grant's stamp of approval.
yeah. I was gonna start putting it in my
In the beast. I don't think I like this very much.
Yeah.
It's too pink.
Oh no.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
I want it to be like bubbly and effervescent.
Yeah.
And this is just pink.
It's kind of syrupy.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, next bar is the base camp bar. I'm a little scared.
Greg got
So-
the tropical equivalent of a Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, Long Island, right?
I just said it properly.
Yeah. So that's this one, the Trade Winds, and I can't even remember everything. It's literally got gin, rum, vodka, something
more rum
as a float, and like a tiny bit of juice in there. And
then I got something called the Siren's Call, which is basically, I think, rum and dragon fruit.
yeah.
And it's got Grant's Little Flower. The flowers, now that we're getting towards the end of the cruise, are starting to look a little sad. Woo! It's sour.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really sour.
Okay, all right. I'm scared of this. This is smells.
Go, go, go. Woo!
Yeah, that will
That'll put hair on your chest.
that will make some hairs, multiple hairs grow on your chest. Yeah, this one I don't think I'm finishing this one. This one is a little too strong for Greg.
Do I need to try it?
You can have a sip of it. Just
I'm so scared. Jesus Christ, that's straight rum.
basically, right?
Yeah.
It's like a shot of rum.
Oh my God. Lord.
Let me try yours.
Okay. I was gonna wash my sip down with my drink, but okay.
Oh, it's like not sweet
No, it's like
at
sour.
all. It's like strangely dull flavor.
Yeah, I think he forgot something. Because I got this the other day and it didn't taste like this, or you got this the other day and it didn't taste like this. One of us got it.
Does it have alcohol in there?
Yeah.
I don't know if I taste anything.
You don't taste it because you just drank straight rum, babe.
No, I do not recommend this one.
I mean, you recommend it if you want to get like
If you
want to
get real drunk on like one drink, yeah, go for it.
Go for the trade
But maybe
winds.
buy one Trade Winds and buy like 3. I would just ask for like 3 cups of water or 3 cups of ice
And
with
then
a bit
you
of
can
soda.
go across to the base camp restaurant and get like 3 orders of tater tots and just scarf them for
Just
the
set up
carbs.
shop here, yeah.
This is a cool little spot. I really like this bar. I like that when they originally debuted Icon, base camp had some items that were free and some that were an extra purchase, and they recently did away with the extra items.
Yeah.
So now it's just all quick serve free items, which I think is a better way to go.
Agreed.
But no, this is a cool little spot. The vibe is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a little protected from the wind, a little bit.
It's at least shaded too, so if it does
Yeah.
rain or something, I think you'd be nice under
Yeah, and one of the things we found with Icon on days where it's actually sunny is there's not heaps of shade.
No.
So this is one of the spots where you can go get a drink, get a bite to eat, and get in some shade.
Yeah. Next is Cantina Fresca in El Loco Fresh, which is the restaurant part. But all the options are essentially tequila. So Marissa, being a tequila lover, has a very classic Corona, which we know how that is. On a cruise, perfect. I got, by not necessarily my own choice, just a regular classic margarita. I did ask for a mango margarita, but I think he thought I said Patron margarita. So, whatever, it's fine. The classic margarita is a good indication of how, and my hair is just... It is a good classic margarita though. We got a little bit of a snacky here. Just a little bit of a burrito and some rice and beans.
My beef burrito's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the food here is better than you think it would be. But it is super windy, so I'm going to stop recording. Back inside. But unfortunately, with bingo was just here, so it's very noisy. But we're at the Overlook Bar, which is in the Overlook, aptly named. I got the signature drink for here, the Overlook Spritz. So once again, the flower, the iconic flower of Icon.
I see what you did there.
It's good. It's got a tiny bit of sour. Tastes like blue.
It tastes blue. Anything
Tastes
with
like
curacao just tastes blue.
Tastes blue. That's what it is. What you get?
So I got Coolside Cucumber. It's Bombay gin. Not my favorite gin, but Bombay gin and muddled cucumbers and stuffs. It's gin, it's cucumber. It's actually really refreshing.
But no, this is a good bar. Like we can see.
This is one of my favorite bars, I think.
Yeah. Normally it's quiet. There was just bingo.
Now it's
it's the day
gross
where
out.
the
There's
weather's
nowhere else
bad.
for people to go.
Yeah. Now we're at the Ryan Bean with some
Coffee themed
coffee-themed drinks.
to finish this out.
You got the espresso martini.
It's got a smiley face. It's really good, really smooth.
And I got the frozen Irish coffee, which is Jameson, cold brew, coffee liqueur. I'm not really a whiskey person, so we'll see how this goes. But looks good. It tastes like just like a frozen coffee. So
Is that like dangerous?
it's actually pretty dangerous. Right?
Do you want to try the martini? It's pretty good.
It's good too. Yeah. All right. These are
Mini beers.
mini beers. Yeah.
It's liquor 43 and heavy cream, and
Yeah.
we're just gonna go for it.
Ooh.
How was that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous.
That's so good.
Oh no.
It does just taste like
Vanilla ice cream.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so this is several hours later. We thought we.
Hours later.
First of all, we just wanted to show today's towel animal.
We named him Simon.
He's a little snail. But look at this detail. Like, look at this.
He's got little antennae.
He's got antenna and
Little
his
eyes.
little eyes.
Has eyes.
Yeah.
Little booty.
So that but no, we decided to stop vlogging sort of after we did our like bar crawl today. So we had a nice evening. We ended up just doing we were kind of snacking throughout the afternoon, and so we ended up just doing Windjammer for dinner, which Windjammer dinner has actually been real good. It's been on point.
I have a statement to make about Windjammer dinner, which
Mhm.
is go for the Indian food. In all
Yeah.
fairness, tonight was actually
It was actually
night,
Indian night, yeah.
But the other times we've been there, I've also gotten whatever they have of Indian food,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always been fantastic.
Yeah, and every night they've had sort of something different. Like tonight they had like lamb chops that were really good, and yeah, they've had other nights with like really good seafood and stuff like that. So yeah, don't sleep on. We've kind of we went to the main dining room a couple of times, and there was a couple of nights that the menu didn't really interest us, so we were just like, yeah, let's just go to Windjammer.
And those are the nights where you go to the main dining room and you force it, and then you're disappointed.
Yeah.
And it was worth it to just go to the Windjammer and find some things we really loved.
Yeah. And then we sort of braved some of the elements to find a hot tub, and just like chill out
We were
there for a little bit.
maybe 30 minutes.
But
and
yeah,
that
it
was
wasn't.
plenty.
This is one. I think we'll probably talk about this later in the series. We'll probably do a kind of a wrap up. But one thing that is sorely lacking on this ship is the indoor solarium, so like the indoor adults only pool area. Because days like today, there are zero indoor pools, hot tubs, places to kind of sunbake, things like that.
Yeah.
So you're kind of out of luck, and it's really disappointing. I think we really missed it. So towards the end, like every hot tub had like a gale blowing, like
Yeah. Like, would it have been crowded as hell? Yes.
yeah,
But, like, at least we would have found a place. Like, you could always find a spot, right? And
Yeah, and I think it's also a negative in terms of on the hot days. Sometimes you want cool shaded areas, and there are some shaded areas, but there aren't areas where you can kind of, get out of the hot tub, sit in the shade in AC. That's what like the solarium often is, like an air-conditioned, climate-controlled area. I don't know. I just really missed that on this ship. I missed that too. Yeah. But anyway, we had a good day today, trying all of the different bars around the ship. Little disclaimer: we did not drink all of the drinks that we showed today. We had a sip. We had
a couple sips of.
We tried them, sipped them, and kind of moved on, because we're like, this isn't that great. We'll move on, or this was okay, but I've had a lot of drinks, so don't think we drank like 12 drinks in the space of like whatever. Like we did not. We just sort of wanted to go around and show the different bars and show some of the different cocktails and try some of them out. But yeah, I think we made the most of sort of a not a great weather day.
Blustery sea day.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do the Crown's Edge, which I'm bummed about, but I did get to do some sort of extreme, like, things earlier, like ziplining in Roatan and things like that.
Ziplining into Cenotes.
So I think that stuff was a bit more actually extreme than that anyway. So
tomorrow is Coco Cay.
Yeah.
Which we're supposed to have the same weather, and we have booked the day pass for the Hideaway Beach Adults Club.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, fingers crossed that we make it to Coco Cay, and fingers crossed the weather's doable. But we'll see. So yeah, hit that subscribe button below if you want to see that video, and head back into the playlist if you want to see all the other videos we've made for Icon of the Seas. Weather. Yeah, it's been great weather up until today. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Good morning.
Debatable if it's a good morning. It's 7:45 a.m. Today we were supposed to, as you can see, go to Coco Cay. Perfect day, Bahamas.
We were literally about to walk out the door because I think gangway was supposed to be down at 8 a.m.
No, it was supposed to be down at 7:30.
Yeah.
And the captain came on, which I think is the first time this entire cruise, and said that it was because it's still really bad weather. It's really windy, the sea's really rocky, and he said it was, they could not get the ship up to the pier. It was too difficult, and they said the water is splashing over the pier. It's too dangerous for people to walk on it. So he canceled Coco Cay, and we are having another sea day. We're pretty bummed. We had reservations for Hideaway Beach, which is the adults only club. We were super stoked about that, even with the bad weather. Yeah. We were still gonna go party. Yeah, so there goes our plans for the day. Once again, we need to figure out what we're going to do on a ship without a solarium on a sea day with bad weather. So...
Oh, well, not a perfect day.
Not Coco Cay. Yeah. So that's this morning's update. Good morning. Welcome to the vlog. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We're gonna get a refund.
Yeah, maybe we spend all our beach club money at the casino. Maybe. Or get some more merch or something.
Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, we're gonna go figure out what the heck we're doing. Because it wasn't planned sea day, so it's not like they have sea day activities planned either. They're gonna have to like pull an itinerary together.
Stuff for people that don't get off the ship.
Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
Yep.
Hey everybody.
Hey everyone. All right, so we've had a pretty good day considering our Coco Cay was canceled, right? We had a fun day. We did a couple of. They added a whole bunch of activities on board. So we watched it was like a weakest link game show. And then we did some Taylor Swift trivia where.
It was Taylor Swift Name That Tune trivia.
Yeah, we thought we did okay, but then someone literally got one small girl, I think, in her literally
like an 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old got like perfect score. Like,
I will say, I feel like they adapted really well to canceling Coco Cay and pivoting to a sea day. Yeah. Like they were clearly very prepared for that.
Yeah. But yeah, we didn't do too much like vlogging or anything today because like there wasn't too much to do because we sort of planned to do a Coco Cay video. Yeah. So we thought we would just instead do a little like review of Icon of the Seas, like talk about our trip and what we liked, what we didn't like. There's definitely some positives which we'll go through first, and there's one or two things I would say are kind of negatives that we didn't really anticipate being like as big a deal as they were, but I think on our cruise they were sort of shown to be. But let's focus on the positives.
Yeah.
Right?
So first off, let's talk about the food.
Yeah.
Because that's easy.
Yeah. Let's do it.
The food's been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere we've tried.
Yeah.
So the only specialty dining, we did 2 specialty dining options.
Yeah.
This cruise, we did Pier 7 in Izumi, sushi, not hibachi.
Yep.
Both were fabulous.
Yeah, that were great.
I really enjoyed both.
Yeah, one was sort of a tried and true in Izumi that we knew we kind of enjoyed before, so we did that again, and it lived up to sort of the other ships we've been on. Pier 7 was great too. It was a different concept and a cool restaurant. But then also I think all of the provided food has actually been really good.
Yeah, I feel like this is the most we've ever eaten at a Windjammer.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did dinner at Windjammer for the first time in all of our cruising. So
yeah, and it's the Windjammer's been excellent. I'd say it's sort of dinner like lunch and dinner are better than the breakfast.
Yeah.
I think the breakfast
There's only
is
so much you can do with
fine,
breakfast food.
but it's the traditional like fake like scrambled eggs and stuff like that. So I think if you want but alternatively, Pearl Cafe actually has excellent breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, no, their steak and eggs is fabulous.
Is very good. So we got that a couple times.
Yeah.
We did Windjammer a couple times. But the theming and stuff for the dinner and the lunches have actually been really good, right?
Yeah.
Like they've had really good Indian food, Mexican food.
Yeah.
They've sort of had really good options. And they've had like multiple nights have had pretty high quality seafood. So like lobster and shrimp and calamari and like all stuff like that. Like some fairly high quality food for a buffet, right? Yep. And then all the other sort of options have been pretty decent too, like El Loco Fresh and Base Camp was okay, just like snacky food. We didn't enjoy the
Aquadome Market.
Aquadome Market.
I think Aquadome Market, quite honestly, is a bit of a swing and a miss. And here's why. I think they pitched it as a food hall experience, which if you are from a city with a food hall, you go up, you order your thing, it's fresh, it's made to order, it's small batches. And Aquadome Market is not that. It's mini Windjammer. The stuff is all pre-made. It's all sitting there.
Except the crepes.
Except for the crepes.
This is all except the crepes.
The crepe itself is already made, but they like heat it up and make yours.
Like fresh fruit and stuff on it.
Fresh fruit and whatever your drizzle is.
I would say this criticism is exception to that.
Yeah. But everything else, it's pre-made. It's sitting in warmers and you just tell the person what you want and they scoop it for you. And that's kind of not what a food hall is.
It's more like made to order fresh food. Like
I was expecting more from this concept, and I think
I think Windjammer was better.
Stuck the landing. Yeah.
I think Windjammer was better than Aquadome Market.
Yeah, I think Aquadome Market has a lot of promise as a concept. They just didn't quite stick the landing.
Or maybe they even I even think like a concept for that would be better was like maybe mix it up like they do with the Windjammer. Like have
different
have like each night have a different, or maybe there's one that rotates. Or I don't know.
I think they need to stick with the concept that they have. They just need to make it so you go up and you order what you want and it's fresh than it is.
Yeah. But no, food in general, very high quality. It all sort of it was pretty good. I think my one issue, I think, with the ship in general, with the food, was I don't think they were adventurous enough with the specialty restaurants.
I think, we've talked about this. I think they played it very safe with specialty restaurants. They didn't add any new concepts other than the Empire Supper Club and Celebration Table, which are both very high-end price points.
Very high-end. And then Pier 7's new, but it's kind of I call that like a half a restaurant. Yeah. It's not quite a full restaurant experience.
I would have liked to see them add a newer concept like the Mason jar or just something brand new for this ship. I understand why they might not have.
Like some Oasis class have done, like Wonderland, and like they've been out of the box kind of like, here's a new concept. Yeah. And for such an innovative ship, I think like the fact that it's just like the standard specialty restaurants, like we're not really big fans of Chops. I know like a lot of people are. It's just, it's a generic steakhouse. I hate to say it. It really is. And you can get okay steak at like the main dining room for free. And then this one, I don't think it's as controversial. Giovanni's is garbage. Like we didn't have it on this cruise.
Grant went for it.
It's not good. Like we had it on Odyssey. It was really bad.
It was horrible.
And we haven't had it since because of such a bad experience. And we've seen multiple other vlogs. Everyone that tries it for like the first time is very disappointed.
Yeah.
And I think why we don't like it is because we had such a great experience at Jamie's Italian on Symphony.
Yeah, Jamie's is fabulous. And also, like, not to toot my own horn, but like we have pasta a lot at home. I make pasta, I make sauces.
I think that's a good point though.
And like it's something I do myself and do to toot my own horn very well. And so to come aboard a ship and have such a subpar experience, it's really tough to like
But I think that's also a good
justify.
point is like a lot of people do pasta at home.
Yeah.
Right? Italian food is in general,
Especially if you're American, it's something
a simpler
it's in our
kind of
blood, I
food
think.
to cook. And they
Yeah.
have like I don't even know if their pasta was fresh when we had it, right?
And it was definitely fresh at Jamie's.
And it was definitely fresh at Jamie. Like, so not like Icon might be better. I don't know. Like, so don't
But we
hold us to it.
haven't, from other reviews we've seen, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem
And
positive.
the menu just isn't sort of, there's nothing about it that's innovative like either. It's like, oh, you can get a pizza, but why would I pay like $20 for a
$20
pizza when I can just go down
pizza.
to Sorrento's and get one for free?
Right.
And Sorrento's is actually decent.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. So that's
Yeah.
my take is like, I do not like Giovanni's. Like, I don't think it's a good choice. And I think Royal should move away from it, honestly. But aside from that, yeah, that's just our disappointment a little bit with some of the choices. But Izumi is great. So
Izumi
like, I
we
think
love. Izumi's fabulous.
And Hooked, we didn't do Hooked on this selling, but we actually really like Hooked as well. I think
love
that's
Hooked,
pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I will say,
Yeah.
let's talk about the main dining room for a second.
Okay.
Because I think our main dining room experience, this ship, we missed a couple of nights, but
Yeah.
when we've gone, it's been fabulous.
yeah,
Our two waiters have been some of the best servers we've ever had
yeah, they've been really good.
anywhere.
Yeah, they've been very good.
The food's been fantastic.
Mhm.
So I think the main dining room is honestly a big strength on the
Yeah.
ship.
I think there's always like, I think we had one night where we weren't as like a huge fan of the meals, but you can almost pick it sometimes where like,
Yeah.
I almost feel like stick with some of the more tried and true meals and they're really good. And sometimes
Yeah.
some of their other
And
ones. but
honestly, like I probably could have ordered something else,
Yes.
and I just
if you
I
don't,
was tired and
Yeah.
I wasn't that hungry either. And if
yeah.
I'm sure if I had said something, they would have brought me something else, and it would have been fabulous. I just
The
didn't
main
wanna
dining rooms
order
have a
it.
very good, like if you don't
They're
like something,
fabulous.
definitely just say it and they'll
Mhm.
get you something else. So
Yeah.
that's, I think, the benefit of main
Yeah.
dining. But yeah, no, but overall, Icon's had very good food.
Yeah.
I think
No,
it's,
the food's been fabulous.
yeah, and I think we didn't
We
stay in
haven't
a
gone
suite.
hungry.
And we didn't stay in a suite, so we didn't get to try the two other
I
restaurants.
would die to try Coastal
We know
Kitchen,
Coastal Kitchen's very
'cause I'm
good
sure it's
from
fabulous.
our Odyssey cruise, so I'm sure that's really good. But next, let's sort of talk about, I think, one of the things we did a lot was go to the bars. I think that's a big feature of Icon is,
Yeah.
18 bars?
There's a billion of
So
them.
you saw in our video yesterday,
We did a bar
tried
crawl.
a whole bunch of them. And I think we don't have to stay on this for too long, but I think it's definitely, they've stepped up the game, I think, with the bar selection. There's good variety in like, there's stuff like the Ryan Bean, which has these awesome coffee cocktails.
Yeah, Ryan Bean has been a highlight.
That
for
was
sure.
probably one of the best, I would say. That was pretty
Yeah.
high up there. There's like stuff like 1400, which has a lot of cool, like Instagrammable cocktails that are
Mhm.
fun and like they have cool like bubbles
Yeah.
and all that kind of
And
stuff.
I think another highlight for us was the Swim and Tonic, which is the
Mhm.
swim up bar, which is gin-based cocktails. Gin has been very popular on the ship, which I'm a fan
Yeah.
of because that's my favorite liquor.
Yeah,
I don't know if gin's just having a moment.
yeah.
But no, I think the Swim and Tonic had some really
Yeah.
interesting
But I think
cocktails
just
too.
overall, what we talked about one night was we're very impressed that most of the bars were open
Yes.
at different hours of the day and in spots that might not be super busy. So like
Yeah.
we've found on like almost every single ship we've ever been on, once sort of main dining time, like 5-6 p.m. hits, all of
Everything else shuts down.
the sort of pool deck bars close, or any venues that aren't in the main areas will close, and
Mm-hmm.
it will just be these like promenade bars or those kind of ones.
Or Central
Here,
Park bars.
They've kept like there's all the lime and coconuts stay open. There might only be like one bartender, but
they'll have them sort of open. There's always someone at the overlook. There's people at the hideaway. Like there's always been people around, which we like. Because sometimes we'll bar hop to find like one that's a little quieter or a little more chill. I think they've done really well. I think the bars are pretty good.
Yeah. So let's talk about the ship in and of itself, because I think there's some highs and there's some lows.
Yes.
So I think
this will encompass probably what our sort of negative point we had about the ship, but there's also positive.
There's pros and cons.
Yeah.
So pros, I think when it comes to the design of sort of the Surfside Central Park promenade area, I think how they've integrated those spaces together and made them flow really well is definitely an improvement over.
It flows super well.
Yeah, it's definitely an improvement over the Oasis class ships. The flow is really easy. It's organic. It's it's just really simple to get from one place to another.
Like you can easily walk from like deck 5, which is the main
8.
promenade, to up to 6, where like a second level of promenade, deck 7, which is the Central Park.
Deck 8 is Central Park.
Sorry, deck 8.
But you kind of skip deck 7 and you go up to,
right.
8.
You sort of skip it and go up to it. But you can walk all that. You don't have to get elevators.
They made it really easy. They made staircases in between them all. And it flows beautifully. I think where they tried the same thing and maybe missed a little bit is the pool decks on 15, 16, and 17.
It's super confusing.
It's extremely confusing. It's very convoluted. It would be very hard. We thought about doing a ship tour, and honestly, those decks are so convoluted. We're like, this would be really confusing.
There's like so many dead ends, and like you have to go
like
up
the
and
Winchester
around.
Mystery House of pool decks.
Like you want to get to the hideaway, and it's like, well, okay, now I have to go all the way
through
I have to go,
water
like I have to go back to sort of the middle of the ship. It's like right above me, and it's like, oh, I should be able to get up here. No, I have to go all the way back to like the middle of the ship, go up some stairs near Thrill Island, walk through all the water park, and then go down another set of stairs.
Yeah,
that happened a lot of times. Like, oh, we want to get up to like
you have to go downstairs and
Cloud 17. You had to like go up a certain staircase because if you went from the other side of the ship, you would get blocked, and then you had to go into the elevator bank and then go out the other side. It was super confusing, and even after a week, we still don't have it down pat. And this girl here made like 5 deck maps.
I make deck maps. That is what I do before I go on a trip. I basically make a chart of like, this is this deck and this is everything on it.
Yeah.
And even with that gives me a pretty solid sense of like, this is forward, this is middle, this is aft on each deck. And even with that, I was completely lost on the pool decks. Like I pretty much had like
inside down pat
5, 6, 7, 8 down pat, and then the pool decks I was completely lost.
And I think one of the benefits too is I think they have made a good like disembarkation, embarkation. Like I think all of the like gangways and stuff, like the way to get onto all of those and get off the ship and get back on, I think they've done that really well too.
Yeah, they've made that a lot smoother.
It all flows into the promenade most of the time very easily, or all that kind of stuff. There's nice little outside areas when you're the running track, and like there's a lot of positives about this ship and its design, and I think they've done a good job for first in class. But I think now it's probably the transition.
Was just, like, a little weird.
Yeah, and I think, all right, let's talk about
the biggest miss.
The biggest miss. I think there's sort of 2 here, but they kind of gel into the same thing. And this
one
is not necessarily for everyone. This is for us who are like childless couple who are cruising, and also people that aren't super into loud spaces all the time.
The party space.
So first miss is the lack of a solarium. This was a bigger issue than I thought. So looking at the ship, I was like, whatever. There's like the hideaway. It's an adults only area. They've got the same thing. This isn't gonna, they've just called it something different. That's gonna be great. There's an adults only spot. The hideaway is good.
There's 2 issues with it.
Yeah. So the hideaway is good. It's fun. However, it's a party.
It's loud.
It's very loud at all times. So there's always music pumping. Even when there's not a DJ, there's always music pumping all the time. And so therefore, there's no real quiet spot. And the solarium was always quiet.
Yeah.
It was a quiet space that you could go away as an adult, go to a place where there weren't children, because children are noisy, generally speaking.
And some of us would like to get away from that.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
And this was not that. So, like, obviously there's no children, but it was designed to be loud and party atmosphere, which for like a little bit's fine. Like, we liked it. We hung out there for a little bit, but then we're like, we want to go somewhere to chill. There is nowhere on the ship that is quiet and relaxing.
For adults.
For adults. Yeah, it's the one area we thought would be that option is the Overlook. But the Overlook can't, like, yes, it can be. There are moments in time where it might be. But in general, lots of people, and it's generally because they host a lot of shows and stuff in the Aquatheater.
It's just loud.
Very loud, the Aquatheater shows. So that transfers to the sitting area behind.
Yeah.
And there's always a lot of people there and a lot of children as well.
I think the other spot was Cloud 17, which was originally the adults only area. At the last minute before the inaugural sailing, they switched adults only to be the hideaway.
Yeah.
Cloud 17 has that potential. It's above everything. It's on deck 17. It doesn't have like a specific music band or DJ or whatever. It's quieter, except it's not adults only. So there were still children in the pools, in the hot tubs.
Splashing
like, people.
Jumping in, diving under, kicking, multiple. We were in there when there was maybe only 10 people, but there were about 3 kids with goggles on, swimming laps, like even the lifeguard the lifeguard had to tell one child twice, and he was still doing it, and we were all
had to get his parent.
Yeah, he had to go get the parent because this kid was kicking water in our drinks,
literally
and
kicking people.
Yeah, and literally bumping into people, and it's like we don't have anything against children. It's just that we're not parents, and we go on vacation to have sort of quiet time, and the ship didn't provide that for us.
And I think what we loved about Solarium on previous ships is it's 1, quiet, and 2, it's adult only, so you kind of get those 2 spaces. And the third important part that we didn't realize till the last few days, it's indoor as well. So even when you have some lousy weather, you can still go in there. You have your quiet little enclave. You can still hot tub. You can still be in the pool. You have a bar, and it's still that spot. Icon does not have that.
It has 0 indoor pools, 0 indoor hot tubs, 0 indoor sunbathing quiet spots. And that was something the Solarium had everything of, right?
We thought the Overlook would compensate. It didn't.
No.
And I will also say, I think a lot of Solariums, especially on newer or larger Oasis class ships, have 4 hot tubs.
Yeah.
The Hideaway has 2.
Yeah. And
so they've kind of cut the adult space in half.
There's 2 hot tubs right next to each other in the Hideaway, and then there's 6 other hot tubs on the ship, but they're all in the main pool areas.
And all of them had 20 children.
They literally, it seemed like a children's play area in every hot tub on the ship at all times.
And one of the Hideaway hot tubs we went in last night wasn't even hot. It was lukewarm.
So I think, and I think the no shade, I think, is a big deal, as well.
Yeah,
there's no climate control and there's no
shade. Shade on the on the ship.
And that comes into effect when, one, it's really hot weather, but when it's also miserable like this, there's nowhere to escape. So we've been essentially trapped inside the last 2 days. Yeah. It's been like we've been on an Alaska cruise. It's
not quite what we signed up.
Which, it's normally there's an outlet to that. So I think the lack of Solarium is a huge negative. Yeah. It almost ruined the ship for me.
The ship.
But we said this, we actually prefer Symphony.
Yeah, I think Symphony is still our favorite ship.
But okay, one more little thing, and I don't want to niggle too much at the whole kids adults thing. Surfside is the other, and not Surfside in itself. I think what we were very misled by, I think, with Icon advertising and kind of even the original kind of I think vlogs that came out didn't address this, because I would say 90% of the cruise vloggers that covered Icon did this on the first sailing, which was full of influencers and adults, very tried and true kids. Royal cruisers, right? They go older people that maybe didn't have kids. So I think on those situations, all of the kids and families probably were contained in Surfside. Because it's always been very busy, so we've generally avoided it. We're okay, that's not for us. That's not our demographic. However,
that has not contained all of the children and families. They are everywhere and not super well behaved a lot of the time.
Yeah. And in spaces where maybe it's, as people who are childless adults, maybe in our view it's not appropriate to have children, like Swim and Tonic. It is a swim up bar.
It's a swim up bar.
It's gin and tonic themed. Why are there children in that pool? If you're in a quiet hot tub and you see couples together, why are you bringing your child into this
also
kind
like
of intimate space?
Quiet bar in the Overlook? We were there having a nice drink last night. Someone literally had a screaming baby, was holding it like, not even a baby, it was a toddler. He was holding a screaming toddler
like
at the bar, like drinking a gin. Like, it's like, this is not appropriate. Like,
we would go to Virgin, but their pool deck sucks.
Yeah, like, I think what we've realized is if this is how Icon class is, it's maybe not for us. And I don't think it's for, I don't think Icon is, I think they advertise the ship as being good for everyone. I think it's good for families and not.
With the current design, it's not for us. Yeah. Maybe if we could afford a suite, which we can. Maybe.
But that's not adults only either.
No, but I would hope it would be quieter.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I think as of now, Oasis class, particularly Symphony, still has our hearts.
Yeah.
I have a lot of hope for some of the newer Icon class ships like Star and whatever's present. The third one that doesn't have a name yet. I know they have looked at some of the things that are flaws with Icon based on feedback. They are looking to improve on those things. I know they are looking to pitch Surfside to a wider range of children because they're like, we want families to be in this area, and that hasn't been the case. So I know they've gotten that feedback and they are looking to adjust, but I would just like some more spaces for adults only because I think that would have greatly improved our experience.
And I think this might not always happen too. Like, I think this was greatly accentuated because of the bad weather we've had the last couple of days. Because there is no indoor pool, indoor hot tub, climate controlled space that's not like inside. Everyone is everywhere inside.
It's really exposing the flaws of the ship.
In any hot tubs that were kind of shielded from the wind, they were just full of like little kids playing and stuff. And it's, I don't know. It's a bummer because like, as I said, I still liked the ship. It was still fun. It just, I almost feel a little misled by the advertising.
Oh, that's a bold statement.
I think they were a little like everyone that covered this ship, like 8 months ago when it came out, was great. They're like, oh, it's fun, like adults, kids, everyone can have a great time. And I think now that it's kind of settled in a little bit.
Yeah, which I think was why we wanted to do this cruise, because we're like, okay, we weren't on the inaugural, we're not influencers that were on some of the first sailings, so we can kind of get a feel for what it's like now that it is little settled into itself a little bit. And I think we've, especially because we didn't get amazing weather, we were able to experience some of the flaws and kind of give a little bit more of an honest review of what this ship is like.
And it's honestly the first time I've ever felt a cruise ship crowded. And
it felt very crowded.
Icon, I have to look up the numbers. I'll look it up.
It has less passengers than Wonder.
Yeah, and that's like we've been on Symphony, which is basically the same size. It's like slightly small, much smaller. I think they're very similar passenger numbers. It might be even less.
Icon felt crowded.
It felt crowded in most places. Yeah, like Windjammer was constantly crowded. The cafes were crowded.
Felt very crowded.
The pools were incredibly crowded at all times. Like, for such a large ship, the large ships normally do a really good job of dispersing people.
And that hasn't happened on Icon.
No, like it's felt very crowded. And I don't know, we haven't cruised in maybe 2 years. Maybe they've kind of been a bit more, maybe there are more, because there's more families now.
Yeah.
That occupancy is higher because most cabins are based on double occupancy.
Yeah.
So maybe, family, because there's like double the size sort of cruise families coming. I don't know what it is, but it felt very crowded.
Yeah.
Right?
It's okay.
No, it's fine.
All this, it sounds like we're being really negative, but We honestly have had such an
No, we've had a
amazing
great trip,
time.
and I think
been
it's
so
still
much fun.
I wouldn't not do it again.
Yeah.
But I think
I think this being the first ship
it's a
in
learning
its class,
experience.
they've definitely got areas to improve on. If I'm
Mhm.
giving constructive criticism.
Yeah. Put a solarium back.
Solarium in your ships with a pool. Looking at you, Harmony. You don't have a pool on your solarium.
It's like, and it's. I don't think it's an unreasonable request considering
No.
every single ship in the entire fleet has an indoor
Adults
solarium,
only
adults only section. Like,
And I think
Yeah.
what I would want in my ideal world is like, yes, keep the hideaway, keep the loud party adults only area
Yeah.
because some people want that, some people need that. It's nice sometimes to have that option. Also have the indoor,
have another adult space.
quiet adults only space. Like give us both options.
Honestly, I think they just
Royal.
need to kind of do what I think it's Disney does it. They have almost like a neighborhood of adults only. That's like a couple of restaurants and a couple of bars because
It's really jarring when you're at a bar and you see like an 8-year-old walk up.
yeah, like just a little kid comes up and asks for a
With, like,
soda
a Coke or
while there's people doing shots. Like
Yeah,
it's
that didn't happen at all yesterday.
yeah, multiple times it happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just it's a little case of it's not perfect for us, and it's also just a little different than what we expected.
That's okay.
Yeah, but still a good experience. I think until they make some changes, we might go back to Oasis class as our kind of preferred.
We'll keep our eye for star of the season, see what changes they make. But yeah, we'll stick with Oasis for now.
But yeah, still a good ship, still a good time, and if you're in its target demographic, it will be great.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. I just think we are not it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think
That's a review of Icon of the Seas.
And I think that is a wrap to our Icon of the Seas vlog
Vacation,
series. Yeah, that's where we're headed out tomorrow. It's the final night now, and we're leaving in the morning.
Yeah,
so.
y'all don't need to see Miami Airport.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen those other videos, head back to the playlist where we've got 7 of these.
Go. Ziplining, we swim in cenotes. It's good times. Go check it out.
Yeah, and if you want to see our future travels, we've got some other exciting trips coming up.
Where are we going next?
Well, we'll say it. Why not? We're going to Ireland. Yeah,
We're going to Dublin.
Yeah, so we're doing that soon. So
Thanksgiving weekend.
yeah, so definitely hit subscribe to see that future videos, and we've got some other trips already planned for next year. So stay
hit
tuned.
that subscribe button. It helps us so much, and stay tuned for further adventures.
Yeah, see you next time.
Hey.
Bye.